How do you turn the camera on?
Your camera's already on. You're in the dark.
Okay, let me come to the light. Let me. Can you see me now?
No, your camera is on. You were in the dark. I saw the movement in the background. So
Okay. I'm not sure how to turn this camera on.
your camera is on. You're just in the dark. I saw some movement. I can still see movement now.
Can you see me now?
I can see you, but the light is coming from behind you. So you have to get in the
Okay.
camera so we can see your face. You got to turn the light on. Yeah, there's no light on in the room that you're in.
Okay, let me turn the light on. How about now?
There we go. Now we can see you. Okay. What's on your mind?
I'm not looking my best right now, so I apologize for that.
It's all good. What's on your mind?
I enjoy your channel. I think that you're very outspoken. Like you tell it the way it is, good, bad, or indifferent, and I
Got to.
respect that.
Yeah, got to.
I appreciate that, but I do understand what some of the women in the comments were saying. I feel like a lot of times with, and I don't want to say all, but with, again, with, the Black American men, I feel if you don't look a certain way, then,
Okay, what's that way? What's that certain way? Explain that certain way.
I mean, somebody like a Cardi B or Mariah Carey, and I hate to say that, but
Okay, what about them is making, what about them?
I just feel like I think that I feel that they would think that they're more desirable than
How so?
somebody that look.
You gotta be specific. How so?
Because of their skin color and they both got long hair and they're slender women.
Yeah, most men prefer slender women. That has nothing to do with their skin color or their hair texture. Men prefer slender women. Why would a man, do you think women prefer fat men, or do you think women prefer men that are in shape? I just want to get on that part first.
I feel like that depends because a lot
Do
of
you
slender
think
women.
it's a simple question. There are always exceptions to the rule. Do you think the average woman prefers a guy like the side? Do you know who Rod Wave is? Or you know who Rick Ross is, right?
Yeah, he's big.
Do
Yeah,
you think women prefer the body type of a Rick Ross, or do you think women prefer the body type of I don't know, a Chris Brown, I guess?
I would say more of a Chris Brown. I,
Right.
I
So
would say
let's
that.
so let's get off the body type part, because body type has nothing to do with it doesn't have much to do with biology when it comes to being severely overweight. Some people have thyroid issues. Less than like 2% of the population have an issue with that. So we can get off of that. Women prefer men that are more so in shape than fat or obese men. When it comes to hair, or when you said when it comes to hair and skin color, well then do you think that you think that women like Bria Miles, who I put on the camera, you don't think a man would want to be with a woman like that?
The lady that was on camera not too
The
long
woman
ago.
that I put on the screen. So when it comes to Bria Miles, when it comes to Nia Long, when it comes to Kelly Rowland, when it comes to Tika Sumpter, women like that are all brown and dark. So you think that men prefer, and I put Ti's wife up there. No disrespect to his wife, but she's just not that much of an attractive woman. You think that the majority of black men, or I guess a huge percentage of black men, would rather be with Ti wife or over Bria Miles?
I don't know who Bria is, but I'm assuming Bria. I'm gonna go ahead and assume. I don't know who that is.
Okay, what about all the other women that I mentioned? I'm sure you know who the other one, Nia
I
Long,
think
is, and Kelly Rowland.
name. I think they're nice looking women.
Right. But I didn't ask if they're nice looking. What I'm saying is, like, where's that narrative coming from? Like, when you say that are you saying most black men?
From what I've seen, most Black American men.
Okay, black
From what
American men. Cool. Okay. So, again, the women that I named, Nia Long, Kelly Rowland, men would rather choose. Do you think the average man in America is going to choose, black American men is going to choose Cardi B over Nia Long, Kelly Rowland, Tika Sumpter? That's what you think? Monica.
I think it could go 50-50.
Okay, based
I'm
on
not going
okay,
to
based on what?
because again, like I said, most of the time when it pertains to them, that's the look. Again, I don't want to say
Most
all
okay,
because I don't
most
want
of the
to.
time. Okay, when you say most of the time, based on what? What proof do you have to say that? Based on what?
I mean, look at the videos. Look at the videos from the
What
'90s
videos?
and the two.
Cardi B wasn't around in the
Just
90s.
I know, but just look at music videos, period, from back in the day. Because
Okay,
I'm
so
a, I guess some.
are black men the majority of people rapping and making music videos?
Yeah.
So the majority of black men are rappers and make music videos. The majority of black men work regular jobs. The majority of black men aren't a successful rapper making music videos. So the problem is what you're using is confirmation bias. What you're doing is you're using small anecdotal situations and basing that as the majority norm. The average black man is not a rapper. The average black man is not an athlete. The average black man is not a millionaire. The average black man is not making rap music videos where they have women shaking their ass in the music videos. It's not the average black man. We're talking on the general consensus of black men, not a rapper who has a light-skinned wife or girlfriend.
I mean, okay. I mean,
I'm 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 waiting for a response. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
I mean, again, to me, it depends. I don't, again, I don't want to say, oh, when it,
You
again, when
said
it pertains to
majority.
them.
You said 50-50. 50-50, that's right down in the middle. So based on what? You said rappers and music videos from the 90s. The majority of black men are not rappers and rappers making music videos. The majority of black men work blue collar
Pretty much
jobs.
man.
You said who?
That's what we talking. So you're pretty much talking about like average black men, not the rappers, not the football players, but the
Who else would I be
nine
talking
to five.
about? Who else would I be talking about?
Oh,
And
okay.
even like the conversation is a general consensus conversation. Well, who else would I be talking about?
I mean, because I wasn't sure if you were talking about the rappers or just talking about, black men in general. Now that
No, you
it's
brought up
better.
rappers. I didn't bring up rappers. You brought up rappers. You just randomly brought up rappers. I didn't say anything about rappers. You brought up rappers from the 90s or music videos from, you said, I said, where's your evidence to prove that? You said music videos from the 90s. And I said, are you okay? So rap music videos and things like that. Huh?
I said all you had to do was pull some videos up from the 90s and look at it and
But
look at
we're
the women
talking,
you see
but
in.
again, we're talking about the general consensus of black men in America. We're not talking about rappers and artists. You can't use that as your example. That doesn't make any sense because like that literally makes zero sense whatsoever. You have to get back
Hmm.
in the camera, ma'am. You have to get back in the camera, ma'am. You can't be on a
I
black screen.
am. I am. I had to go in my room and get my charger. My phone is I'm on my laptop. I don't want it to die. Let me go in here. I mean, I guess okay. I'll meet you halfway. I guess when you say most, 9 to 5s, I would say kind of, it depends,
On what?
on what they like and what their preferences are.
Right, but the
You know,
majority, the mass majority of black men will date women who are dark skinned and brown skinned. Some will date light skinned, sure. The mass majority of black women are not even light skinned. The majority of black women are brown
that
or dark.
I agree with that. I
Right.
agree with
So
that.
so
And again,
with your own logic, that wouldn't make any sense because the majority of black men who they date is still black American women who are brown or dark. You're using anecdotal situations like rappers and athletes and people like that. And even like that, I always use this argument as well, even when y'all bring that up. Like the average athlete, y'all only know the popular guy. Can you name me name me a rapper or celebrity that you like to bring up that dates light skinned women? Just name one.
Martin Lawrence. No, 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 he's not a rapper. Sorry.
Whoever you
Kendrick
want to bring up.
Lamar.
Okay,
Okay, Martin Lawrence.
Okay, cool. Kendrick Lamar. Can you name the rappers that are a part of his group or rappers that are under him or rappers in LA? Can you name them? Do you know any?
Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy
No,
Dogg,
no,
they're
no, no,
all
no, no,
from
no, no, no. I'm talking about rappers that are not known. Can you name any rapper that's like not maybe as public or popular? No, you
I don't
can't.
know.
Do you think the majority of rappers in the US are popular or do you think the majority of rappers in the US are nobodies that no one literally knows?
The second one you just
Right.
said.
So with that being the case, you would have to make your consensus on all the rappers. So you don't know all the rappers. You don't know local rappers who may be dating a woman. Kendrick Lamar's been with his woman since high school. He's been with his woman for years. So are you trying to say that Kendrick Lamar doesn't like dark-skinned women because he's dating a light-skinned woman? Or do you think there's a possibility that he could be dating a light-skinned woman because that's just who he connected with? Because I could use that same logic and say, well, all the dark-skinned women or all the light-skinned women, all the black women who are with the skin color of man, that's only because she wants to be with that skin color of man. You're acting like they didn't connect, they couldn't have met somewhere and liked each other. Like That's not the case. Do you have some black men who don't like dark-skinned women? Sure. The point that I'm making is most of the women who have issues with men not dating them are women based on their skin color who are more darker, or because they're unattractive. So the men are not dating you because of your skin color. The men are not dating you because you're ugly. And that's where the issue comes from. It's because you're overweight. That's the main problem. We act as if any man that we see that is dating a lighter skinned woman, that is a celebrity, that's an athlete, that's a rapper, that's known, is because she's light skinned. It's not because of the fact that they've connected, they liked each other. It's not because of the fact that they've been knowing each other since day one, right? But again, we don't know who, if we want to use athletes, no, you don't know who the second string quarterback behind Jalen Hurts is. Jalen Hurts is a quarterback for the Eagles. He's with a more brown, lighter type of woman. You don't know who the backup quarterback is that may be black, or the backup center, or the backup defensive lineman, or the backup corner. What about all those other men? We don't know who they're dating. We don't know who they deal with, right? We're making the general consensus based on what we see on the media. Confirmation bias is a real thing, and I feel like that's what a lot of women like yourself do. So let me ask you this. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. When did you get married?
Um, actually August.
You
August
got married in
31st.
August. Okay. When was the wedding
Mm-hmm.
date?
Huh?
When was the wedding date?
The 31st of August.
31st of August. Okay. You got married on the
Mm-hmm.
31st of August. So you got married a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you and your husband dating before y'all got married?
10 years.
Where'd you guys meet?
Um, on Facebook.
I met on Facebook 10 years ago. Is he around you
Mm-hmm.
now?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So what skin color is your husband?
Light brown skin.
He's light brown skin. Okay. So why didn't you get a dark skin man?
Cause I don't like dark skin man.
Oh, so it's okay for you to not like dark skinned men, but it's not okay for black men to like not dark skinned women.
I do that. Oh, I knew you was gonna say that. Oh, I knew you was gonna say that, bro. I'm just saying. It's just.
What are you just saying? What
I
are you just
mean,
saying?
I just don't find them attractive. I mean, and I hate. Oh God, why did I say that? But
No,
I
go ahead.
just,
Give your perspective. Go ahead.
I just don't find them attractive.
So you don't find the dark skinned men attractive, but you want the dark skinned men to find women of your complexion attractive.
They don't. That's why I don't like them.
But they do because they do because they date them. I'm gonna be honest with you, ma'am. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, ma'am. You're not that attractive.
Okay.
And I think the reason
Okay.
why the dark skinned men people don't like you, the men may not like you, is because you're just genuinely not that attractive. Your skin
Okay.
color has nothing to do with the fact that you're not attractive. You're a woman that's overweight. You don't have the best facial features, and you're not attractive. I wouldn't advise any. I don't think that you. I mean, I don't think that you're on any scale of what most men would prefer. It's literally nothing to do with your skin color. You're just a woman that's just overweight, and I don't think you're the most attractive. Now, my opinion shouldn't matter, right? Because you're married, so it doesn't matter, right? But I don't think that you're that attractive, and I think that that's the reason why women like yourself and other women, just literally just proving my point, why women like yourself have the issues that you have, because you want other men to view you like they will view other women, but that's not the case. Your weight matters. Your attitude matters. The way that you keep up, your upkeep matters. That's why you're not getting chose. It has nothing to do with your skin color.
I have a scarf on my head.
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
have my.
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
Well, you don't have your what?
my hair out. So I mean, like,
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? What does you not having your hair out have to do literally with anything? An attractive woman, her hair is not the thing that's making her attractive at all. Do you have any children?
no,
Okay. When was the wedding date again?
August 31st.
That was the wedding date.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see the ring?
It's in my. It's in my. I
Oh,
don't wear it because I'm. But
a
I do
married
have it.
woman that just got married in August. What, did y'all have a honeymoon? What did y'all do?
Yeah, we went on a cruise. Yeah.
Oh, y'all went on a cruise. Okay, so a married woman is not wearing her ring, and they all just got married.
Well, I'm in my house, so I don't really
What
have to
married
wear a
woman
ring.
doesn't wear her wedding ring to her house?
Okay, well, I don't, because I don't need to put it on 24 hours a day. Now,
Most
when I'm
married women
out,
are gonna wear their wedding ring no matter what. Cool. Can I see it? You at home? Can I see it? I would like to see the ring. I want to see the beautiful ring that your husband got you.
yeah, hold on. I'll get it.
Okay,
Hold
cool.
on.
Mm-hmm.
It's right here. Can you see it? Can you see it?
No.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you just sit it down. Sit it down.
Okay. Can you see it?
Okay. Okay. That's the wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that tells
Cool.
you ugly women get married, right?
Huh?
So that tells you ugly women get married, since you said I'm an
If
ugly
you being
person.
honest about it, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't be wearing your. I don't know why you wouldn't be wearing your wedding band.
I mean, because I'm at home. Why do I need to wear it if I'm in my
If you're
house?
married, you're
You know,
gonna wear
I,
your
I
wedding band no matter what. Taking that off is you're not supposed to take it off.
what?
What do you mean what?
Hmm?
What do you mean what? That's not. You supposed to wear your wedding band. What do you mean? You're married. You just got married in August.
I know, but I wear it while I'm at work. You know, I wear it,
You're
when I'm
supposed to wear it at
out, but I
home
feel like we
too.
put that on.
Who
I mean,
who's
why?
married that doesn't wear their wedding band while they're at home? So you just remember to put it on every day? Nobody does that. People wear their wedding band all day long. You're not supposed to take it off
Well, I take mine off.
if you say
Um,
so. Do you have any pictures of the wedding? Can I see one?
yeah, I would have to get them. I don't have any right now on me.
You don't got no pictures of your wedding, nothing. You don't got a memorabilia. You don't have any photos. You don't have anything from the wedding. Literally, not one thing from the wedding. You don't have a flyer, pamphlet, nothing from the wedding.
No, I got pictures, but I mean, it's on my Gmail.
You was on your
I don't have
you
no actually show,
okay, sure. You say so.
but the evidence is right there.
No, that ain't evidence. A lot of people got rings. That ain't no evidence that you married. There's been a lot of weird. You've been real hesitant on information. That's all I'm saying. Now, how old are you again? How old you say you was?
41.
You 41. Cool. Okay.
Mhm.
So we can't get a picture of the wedding.
I don't have any pictures. I would just send them to you to your email. I don't have any pictures. Like, you know what I mean?
Can you send it to me right
Regular
now?
old
I'm
school.
live. You can send it to me right now. I'll look at my email. It shouldn't take long. You got a phone. Just boom, email it right there. It shouldn't take no more than a minute.
Okay, can you give me your email address and I'll send them to you? I ain't got no problem with that.
Okay, cool. My email address is in the chat.
Okay.
Y'all don't got a living room. Yeah, y'all don't got a living room pic. Somebody said a living room pic. You ain't got no living room pic at a wedding. Nothing at all.
Yeah, I got some stuff.
Can I see it?
I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay. Not in the email. Can you? I want to see it right now. Like you could walk over there and just show me. I shut the fuck up.
I will. That's what I'm saying. I have to get it through email.
Oh boy.
I don't. Well,
Have a good day. That woman is the furthest from fucking married. So respectfully, that just proves my point. And I'll say the truth. I don't care who like it or not. But women like herself, respectfully, like the women like herself, the reason why they don't like the reason why they have the notion of why men don't like them is if that woman was 140 30 pounds in shape, she wouldn't have any issues with getting men. The reason why women like her and other women who think like her don't have the outcomes that they're looking for in the dating market is because they're severely overweight and they're ugly. Nobody wants to say these things though. I'll say it. Nobody wants to say this stuff. Now, there's more to a relationship. There's more to a person than just looks. The point that I'm making is men are upfront. We're looks upfront. So we're not going to even come at you to get to know your personality, to get to know your value, your morals, anything else, longevity, personality, unless you're attractive. Men are the same fucking way. The difference is men, you don't tend to hear men running around and complaining about women don't like me because I'm a dark-skinned man. Women don't like me because I'm a light-skinned man. No, because they know that a lot of times it correlates to their weight. It correlates to their intelligence. It correlates to their pockets, right? It correlates to maybe the fact that they don't have much going on. That's why the women don't like them. Or they may just be ugly niggas. They just be ugly niggas. Or you have the guy like the Carlton, the Steve Urkels, who they're a proper guy. Women don't like me because I'm proper, right? But sometimes it's just because they're not attractive. Nobody wants to say these things though. I'll say it. I'll take the heat. I'll deal with all the women in the comments talking shit. I'll deal with some of the temp niggas talking shit. It is what it is, but it's the truth. It's the truth that it is what it is. Men like dark-skinned women. Men like light-skinned women. Men like brown-skinned women. We just don't want you to be ugly. There are more dark and brown. Well, the thing is, then we would just have to look at who they to. So if there's more light-skinned women than brown-skinned and dark, or if there's more brown and dark-skinned women than light-skinned women, then we would have to look at who the men date. Who are the black men dating? If there's a small pool of light-skinned women and there's a bigger pool of brown and dark, then who are the men dating? And we can't say, well, somebody said on the internet, but then this man is in a full-on relationship with his dark-skinned girlfriend and they've been together for 4 years. Well, he actually prefers light-skinned women. Well, how do you know? Well, because another man said it. What the fuck are you talking about? Think about that logic, though, respectfully. Think about that logic. Think about that. Think about what you just said. There are more dark-skinned and brown-skinned women than there are light-skinned women. I agree with you. So if we see the men with the dark and the brown-skinned women, because that's the majority, we can't say, well, he's only with her because it ain't enough light-skinned women to go around, which is not true. There's plenty of light-skinned women to go around. They can go get a white girl. They can go get a Latina, whatever that may be, right? But if you're going to do that narrative, then I'm not saying you, Rachel, I'm speaking whoever feels the way that they feel. If your narrative is, oh, they're only dating those women because that's what they have available, and they really want to be with a light-skinned girl, where's your proof that they want to be with a light-skinned girl? Where's your proof? And your proof is going to come from another person that's not the actual man that we're talking about. You're being disingenuous. Camera's got to be on. Camera's got to be on. Camera's got to be on. You're on mute, by the way. You need to be on camera. You in the dark. You got to be on camera. Your mic is muted, by the way.
I can't. I don't have a camera. Here I am.
You don't have a camera? That's a camera right there.
Yes, I'm talking about I didn't have no light for the camera.
Oh, okay,
so I'm trying to get myself.
Okay, cool. So what's your perspective?
I was the person you cursed out.
Okay, can you sit your camera up, please? Sit your camera up, please.
Yes. First and foremost, I want to state this. Every black woman is not the same. And a lot of content creators, they constantly hold
on. So if you're going to address a statement or something that I said, you have to be able to take that from what I said. Where in this conversation did I say, first of all, relax and calm down. Let's do this first. Let's relax and calm. You have to be quiet though. You have to be quiet. Let's relax and calm down. So you're saying that every black woman isn't the same. To say what? Because I never said most. I literally just said most black women are not this. So what are you speaking on?
Okay, so when you said bitch, right? Because when I initially was writing was from and you kind of timed me out. I was writing to let you know, because some of the stuff you say, when you calling women bitches, you talking about her do-rag.
I don't call women bitches. Do you not listen?
You just said bitch several times.
No, I don't call women bitches. No, listen. You need to get out of your emotions and you need to listen. I know you struggle with that. Look, I'm not your baby daddy. I'm not the man that you're sleeping with. You have to be quiet.
But that's also your ignorance.
Good. You have to be quiet though. You can't be babbling and talking.
But you also have to be respectful.
You have to be quiet.
It's disrespectful. Okay. You're pushing a trope that we're this and we're that.
I'm not pushing a trope on anything. You have to be quiet though. You're talking and you're babbling. Be quiet.
Makes black men.
Okay, so I'm gonna mute you because you don't know how to shut the fuck up. So if you shut the fuck up, we can have a conversation. You're muted because you won't shut the fuck up. Be quiet. Be quiet. Let's have I'm not your baby daddy. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your brother. I'm not your boss. I'm not whatever man that you talk to. So when you come up on here and speak, you need to act like a fucking lady. We can't hear you. You're muted. So you're babbling to nothing. You're literally talking to nobody right now. We can't hear you. You need to check yourself, lady. Calm down. I know you struggle with that and you have a low impulse control and you can't get out of your emotions and you can't do that, but I need you to calm down. Relax. Let's do that. Calm down. I know you've never had nobody tell you that before, but I need you to just relax. Now, you spoke on something that I said. You're babbling, you're not listening. This is what I mean. I want you guys to understand something, fellas and ladies. This is how you don't want to act. I want y'all to understand something and listen. She can't even hear someone that challenges her opinion without doing all of this. Her whole entire everything is coming down in her life. She can't even sit still. She acts like a child. This is a grown woman who can't sit still. Her heart is beating fast right now. She's sweating. She is in the car moving around like a 5-year-old because someone says something that she disagrees with. This is a grown adult. She can't sit still and she can't relax. I've told this woman to calm down like I'm talking to a toddler 10 times. She can't do it. So I'm going to try this again, ma'am. And I really would like for you to calm down because you're embarrassing yourself. We can disagree, but you need to calm down. She can't even be quiet. She got a notepad and everything. Relax, lady. So we're going to try this again. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you to do. This is the last time and the last opportunity I'm going to give you to calm down and let's have a conversation. Can we do that? Can you say, can you at least agree to that? Can you say yes to that? I'm going to unmute you. Can you say yes to that, please? You got to unmute yourself. I requested for you to unmute.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's do that. Okay. Now let's try this again. Hopefully you can control your anger at this point. Now,
I can't, y'all. Can I
you can't stop talking. You just cannot stop talking. I have to literally like clockwork. She can't stop talking. She just cannot stop talking. She can't. Are you okay? Like, do you have a genuine problem, lady? Calm down. Like, you can't be quiet for 5 seconds. Be quiet. It's okay. Calm down, lady. Let's try this again. Oh, fuck. Let's try this again. I'm going to unmute your mic. Now, get into your first point. And I'm going to give you a time because I think you're the type that like to babble for a long time. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get into your first point. Go. And I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to tell you how you can be quiet while other people are speaking. Go. 30 seconds. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
When Black men are addressing anything with Black women, why is it always controlling the narrative that I have no self-control, is always trying to make or dehumanize us in some form of fashion, to discredit us, to make it look like we're other? All Black women are not the same. And when you are calling women bitches that are Black, do you guys not understand calling us masculine? It it lights this thing in men to challenge themselves against us. Our men don't have no respect. They will punch a Black woman in the face like we men over words. That you are advocating for the abuse of Black women every time you say we're masculine. Because the only time you know we're not masculine is when y'all hitting us. That's when we're no longer men. But as long as we are verbal and we express ourselves assertively, because Black men are very aggressive. My whole life I've dealt with nothing but Black men. Aggressive. Very.
There we go.
Very aggressive.
Okay. So are you finished?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you paying attention or are you writing things? I want you to pay attention. I've been paying attention. So I want you to pay attention.
Right. Mm.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So number one, I would like for you to answer this question for me. Where in this conversation was with this video, and how long have you been watching my content?
I've been watching your content for maybe a month.
Cool. Okay. So in the last 30 days, where have you ever seen anything that I've said about Black women in general?
When you call them bitches. When
okay,
you
hold on. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Say bitches. Go ahead. Keep going.
Right. When you are saying that this woman is raggedy, she's somebody who is bottom of the barrel. That's it's not called for. And I wrote in the comment section that, okay, well, why don't we just get to the point in the video and we critique how she looked on another video? You get what I mean? I
Okay,
do
so
content. I don't
so
degrade anybody. I
so
actually
let's
give
do this.
good
Hold
help.
on, hold on. Okay, so let me respond to you. Let me respond to you.
Mm.
When I use the term bitch, right? Bitch is not correlated to a race. Do you know what the term bitch means?
It's a female dog. I'm
Right.
certain.
So when I use the term bitch, why are you correlating it to a race? Because I just dropped a video yesterday when I called a white woman a bitch. Does that mean that I'm
I
degrading
didn't
white
agree with it
women?
then.
Huh?
I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree
So
with it.
wait,
I
no,
did
hold
not
on,
say
hold on. You didn't agree with it.
nobody
Hold on.
wouldn't
Let's go. Hold on.
disagree.
Let's stay right there. Am
I
I
watched what you
degrading?
said.
Can you stop talking? Am I
Sorry.
degrading all white women, or am I speaking about that woman or women who are like her?
All it's point blank. Period. There are so
Answer the
many other times.
question.
What do
Listen,
you mean?
answer. I
I
need you
didn't
to.
say that, but I never mentioned that it was one race that you were
Yes, you
specifically
did.
talking
Yes, you
about.
did. What's your name? What is
No,
your
I was
name?
talking about the black woman
What
that
is
you
your
just called a bitch.
name? What is your name?
My name. What do you mean? What's my name?
What can I address you as?
My name is Kendra.
Okay, Kendra. Okay. So you said when I used the term bitch to refer to black women, and then your initial point you came up was about the prerogative towards the majority, or if not all, black women. So what the point that I'm
I'm talking
making
about
is
yeah.
you can't be quiet. The point that I'm making is if I use the term bitch, that has nothing to do with that person being black. You do realize I've been on this live for about 2 hours. I notice how no woman, and I think that's because the majority of the women who watch my content is pretty logical and are pretty articulate.
No, they're just
No
trying to
woman,
attack
I need you to stop talking. No woman
you.
complained about me using the term bitch when I referred to men. When I said and I didn't say anything about most women are bitches. I said when I was speaking about the men, I said most modern men are bitches. Most modern men are feminine. Most modern men are not intelligent. Most modern men are not leaders. I find it funny how nothing was mentioned about them being black. Not from any men in my
Because
chat. I
you
need you to be
mentioned that
quiet. I need you to stop talking. I know you struggle with that like a 4-year old, but I'm gonna
I
have to tell
do.
you
I
again.
do.
I know, and that's a problem. That's probably why you're upset because you may apply to things I'm saying. But anyway,
No,
nobody
that's what
took offense to
you are so
anything
full
that
of
I said.
shit.
Okay, I have to. Okay,
No.
you have to. Okay, I have to mute you because you. It's like I'm
Mhm.
literally talking to a toddler at this point. It's like I'm talking to a toddler. She cannot be quiet to save her life. Goodness gracious, I see why you're single and you don't have any children. But the point that I'm making is when I speak on men, there is never any pushback. And if they just so happen to be a black man, and I say that this black man right here is a bitch, or he's an insecure, or he's emotional, or he's whatever, I don't see anybody in my chat or any man or woman complaining that I'm speaking on all black men. I'm not. I'm speaking on that type of black man and then other modern black men. And so if you were watching my stream earlier today, as most of you have been watching my stream, you would have seen that I've always made a distinction when I say men and modern men. You always will see that I make a distinction when I say women, bitches, and hoes. I said that earlier. There is a difference. There is a difference between a bitch and bitch is not gender specific. You could be a man and be a bitch. I just dropped a video today. I said bitch like 1,000 times, and the video was about modern men. My last video was about modern men. So I think what you have, ma'am, the problem that you have is, ma'am, I'm going to tell you what your problem is. Your problem is that you want to be a victim. You want to hear things that are pushing whatever negativity that you have towards black men or black people in general because you don't like yourself, because you're not that attractive and you have a low IQ and you're not intelligent. So the problem that you have is, you know that it hits home when I say things like this because I'm talking to a specific type of woman who just so happens to be black, who just so happens to be white, who just so happens to be an Asian. I never say anything in the masses in general of black women. I always say women in general who just so happen could be black, green, blue, or purple. Doesn't matter. You're adding race into it, lady. But because you want to be a professional victim, like the average
First and
black
foremost,
person,
you're not that
like the
attractive either.
average
So and
black
go and
person,
don't
you
be
can't
talking
be
about nobody.
quiet.
You never seen me in
You can't be
person.
quiet. So I'm gonna have to drop you down because you can't be quiet.
I'll
But
come
just to
back.
give you some advice, I would advise you to hit the gym
You're
because what you're
ugly your
doing
damn
isn't
self.
working. I would advise you to hit the gym because what you're doing isn't working. See,
So
this is the
what?
problem when you talk up to ugly women. Ugly women are a problem as well. And you notice that I didn't mention race. I didn't say black ugly women because black women are beautiful. I said ugly women. And you could be an ugly white woman, an ugly Asian woman. See, the problem is, like I said, She wants to be a professional victim. She wants to be mad at the world, the fact that she's upset because she couldn't close her legs correctly for the right man. I want y'all to notice something, because I listened very well. You notice when she came up, she said, all the men in my experience have been very aggressive. You noticed that, right? Y'all noticed that, right? And that's why I shook my head and I was like, there we go. Because you have a negative disposition towards black people in general, but towards black men, because your experiences with black men have been very negative. My experiences with black women have been overwhelmingly positive. My experiences with black women have been overwhelmingly positive. You can't find one video or one thing that I've said about black women as a whole anywhere on my channel. Not one. Not one. You can find videos of me speaking on modern women, which doesn't have a race correlated to it. You can find videos of me speaking on modern men, which doesn't have a race correlated to it. You can't find that one video or one statement that I've said about black women as of a general or the masses do this. If I'm speaking on a black woman who happens to apply to this behavior that I'm speaking on, that's to her and other women who may be like her. Not because she's black, because having a bad attitude doesn't correlate to skin color. Being loud and ratchet doesn't correlate to skin color. I just dropped a video of the liberal white woman in the woods, and I called out black men who call women like this feminine and soft when they act like only black women do. So yeah,
Let me put my camera on.
that'd be cool. You gotta turn your TV down first though. That TV loud as much.
Okay, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. So I was asking.
That TV is very loud.
what you said-
That TV
It's
is
still
loud.
loud?
Yes, it's
Oh
very
my God,
loud.
I just muted. Hold on. All right. You good?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. So when I was asking the question, when does it become controlling versus boundaries? So you made a statement saying about Chris Brown. We're not talking about celebrities. We're talking about our actual life, right? So if I'm dating a man and he's putting, as you say, boundaries on me, right? What does it mean? So then why is it not controlling, right? So because we supposed to listen to what I men say like that. So like y'all word is end or be or by. If you're telling me to dress a certain way and I choose not to dress that way, that's a boundary?
Do you know what an example is?
I mean, if you, because you want to give it to me, and
First of all, stop raising your
like
voice.
Chris Brown,
First
use
of
it
all,
as regular
hold on.
people,
Wait a
use it
minute.
as-
Let me check you real quick. I know you from New York or Jersey or Philly, wherever you from. Relax your energy. I'm not none of them light-skinned, Spanish, corny ass Puerto Rican niggas you be talking to. Calm your motherfucking energy down, respectfully. I'm gonna be respectful to you. You be respectful to me. Stop raising your voice. Stop coming to be combative. You came up here and you asked the question, so I'm gonna answer your question. Be respectful and act like a lady. I'm gonna be respectful and act like a man. But I'm checking you now. Calm your energy down, because all that extra shit is unnecessary. Relax. Be a lady. We ain't finna raise our voice and do none of that extra shit. Now, I want you to clarify and ask your question again, and I'm going to answer your question with respect. Go ahead.
Okay, one, I'm gonna apologize because I very much wasn't disrespectful to you. So I am
okay.
from New York.
Hold on. That's a backhanded apology. Whether you felt like it was or not, at first of all, I don't need you to apologize to me. I just want you to calm your energy down. If you felt like it wasn't disrespectful, cool. I don't need you to apologize. I just want you to calm your energy down. Just relax a little bit and let's have a conversation. There you go. Now go ahead.
Right, you're right. So, all right. So, question. So, I'm saying, right. So, if I'm dating a guy, right, and we're dating, and he asks me, he suggests or asks me, like, "Hey, can you change your clothes? I don't like what you're wearing." Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a boundary for me, right? That's not controlling. But then you have men. We're not going to act like men are not controlling or they're not trying to control women. You have situations where women get into situations with guys where you feel like it became a boundary, and now it becomes down the line. He's a controlling man. He doesn't want you to be with your family. He doesn't want you to be with your friends. He's controlling your dynamic. And I want to know, do you feel that as a boundary or do you feel it as controlling?
Okay, so let me clarify what I was saying. So do you know what an example is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so when I brought up Chris Brown, I was given an example to say the reason why I brought that up was because a lot of women, they pick and choose when they want to insert the word control. So if you're a boyfriend who's a regular guy, if he tells you to change your outfit, you won't listen. I'm not saying you, I'm giving an example. You is in hypothetically who it is. You won't listen and you'll say, no, that's controlling and that's insecure. But if Chris Brown says it, right, that same woman hypothetically don't think it's controlling or insecure because it's Chris Brown. So the point that I was making was it's not about what's being said. It's about who said it. That's the only reason why I brought up Chris Brown, meaning that if a woman reveres this man in a high enough standard, she don't feel like it's controlling. Women pick and choose. So if it's controlling, it has to be controlling across the board. It can't be controlling because the $50,000 dude said it or the $50 million dude said it. It wouldn't make a difference because it's not about the money or who he is as a man. It's about what he's saying. So if it's controlling, it got to be controlling across the board. Now, what I was trying to also say to you was control is force. So if I tell you I don't want you to do something and I'm putting like an ultimatum or I'm like standing in front of the door and you want to go out or some shit, that's where it starts to get controlling because I am trying to just hoard you and keep you to like, you know what I'm saying, in some type of like box or some shit like that. Now, the point that I'm making is what I'm saying is a boundary. So if you agree to my boundary, that's not control. That's two people that agree. So if I tell you, Ani, I don't want you hanging with this person because I don't think that this is a good look for you. I don't think this woman is good for you. I think she's a bad influence, and I don't think that she is a woman that makes you a better woman. Now, if you be like, you know what, and I understand that, I agree. You know, I agree with you. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to you. That's not control because first of all, I didn't tell you. I asked you. But even if I did, it shouldn't fucking matter. But you agree to it, so that's not control. Right. It would be control if you didn't agree to it, and I'm taking your phone and I'm blocking her. I'm texting her from your phone, acting like you, cussing a bitch out, trying to find something. I'm taking your Instagram and block her. Like, that's where the control and the weird shit come in. I don't advise no man to control no motherfucking woman. You give a woman your boundary and your preferences and the shit that you will and won't go for, and it's her decision if she want to abide by it. So that's what I mean. So it's like a job. I'm gonna give you the last example. It's like a job. The job is not forcing you controlling you to get there at 7:30. But if they say to work here, you need to clock in at 7:30, it's your decision if you want to get up. You don't have to get up, but you just won't work there. Same logic applies for a man in a relationship. You don't have to do nothing that he say, but he might not want to commit to you. And that's the point that I'm making.
Okay, I definitely get it now. You definitely explained it to me. I definitely understand. I was just making sure, you know, like not only me, other women that's listening, they understand the difference of control and versus having boundaries. So for instance, all right, I had one more question, but I definitely just lost my train of thought. But I like how you got me together. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Sure. Whenever you remember, just come back up.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
For over 6 months, I personally feel like it shouldn't.
Do you hear that noise in the background?
Just let me know it's loud and I would have turned it off for you. You don't have to do that.
I didn't do anything. I asked you a simple question. I didn't do anything. Do you hear that noise in the background? That's a yes or no question.
Yes, I do. The fan.
That's the problem. Go ahead.
In college, but we were friends prior.
No one gives a fuck if you haven't been at the house because you're there because you at college. It doesn't matter. You're there now. This is wrong with your women. That's why y'all stay single. That's why the is doing what he's doing. He ain't doing you the bare minimum because you can't change the battery. Idiot.
Good morning. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I've been talking to this guy since the last year. And now I know before you judge me, the timeline is long. You shouldn't be talking to a person for over 6 months. I personally feel like it shouldn't last that long. People are already aware of what they want. But I get it. You don't have to rush relationships or the talking stage. That's understandable. So my question is, I've been talking to this guy since last year. We met in college. I'm a sophomore. You can't hear me? You can hear me? Listen, don't judge. Hear the story first. Why are you shaking your head?
Do you hear that noise in the background?
Just let me know it's loud and I would have turned it off for you. You don't have to do that.
I didn't do anything. I asked you a simple question. I didn't do anything. Do you hear that noise in the background? That's a yes or no question.
Yes, I do. The fan.
That's the problem. Go ahead. We're just gonna let it rock. We're gonna let it rock out. She don't even hear it, y'all. Keep going. I'm listening.
Is the fan a problem?
Keep going. Just go. You don't even know. You have literally no idea. You have completely toned the noise out. And that'd be my point.
Put me on game. Like, why you?
I want you to finish, and then I want to make that point. I want you to go ahead and get to your point. Okay. And I'm gonna make that point, and I'm gonna make it to where you understand what I'm trying to say. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. So we was talking. We met in August last year in college, but we were friends prior to this. We actually met my first year in college, but we was just friends. It was never nothing more than that. So we always kind of had like an attraction to each other, but I didn't let it foster because I was in a relationship at the time. So I kept boundaries between the two. And it was never just a one-on-one relationship friendship between us. We actually was a group of friends at first. It was him and it was some other friends. Cool. So when fall semester came up, it wasn't just friendship anymore. It just became like, we both fed into it. And I wasn't in a relationship at the time though, when I started to talk to this person on a relationship basis. So this person constantly doesn't do like the little things that's needed in a relationship, right? Now, I know it's very important to not match somebody's energy, but it's so hard to love somebody correctly when they're not loving you the same way. I know the best option is to just walk away, but it becomes harder to walk away when you actually care. So I just feel like this person doesn't do the little things, but they constantly tell me like, oh, what they want better for me, what they want more for me personally. But I feel like as a man,
What's your main point? Because I feel like you just keep going. What's your main point that you're trying to make?
my main point is
Main question.
why does this person want more out of me to give me to give me more, like to just do, to lead as a man? Like, why does he feel like I have to come this way? Mind you, I don't have no problem with that, but it's like, why wouldn't you want to lead that way as a man? Why wouldn't you want to give the things you're, you know what I'm saying, getting? Like, you don't even put out that energy and you want me to be the best woman.
How many
in the world
times,
to you.
how long have you been, do you live alone?
No, sir. I'm 21 and I'm in college. I stay with my mom.
And don't no man live there, I'm almost certain, right?
That's correct.
How long who's been there? What man has been there recently at that house?
No one.
Okay. I'm gonna hold on. Let's just wait. I'm gonna give it a few seconds.
Yeah. They said leave him alone.
Did you hear the noise?
This song.
So you have completely, and I did that to prove a point. You have completely toned out the sound, ma'am. There is a smoke alarm that is beeping because the battery is low. And the reason why I hyper focus on this so much, and a lot of women don't understand it, it's not about the smoke alarm. It's about the principle. I'm trolling and joking a little bit, but I'm being serious. When y'all have these smoke alarms beeping and you can't even hear the sound anymore, what happens is that is an example of a lot of things that are going on in your life that you have probably toned out that are an issue that you are not fixing. So it's not about the smoke alarm. It could be the way that you communicate with people. It could be your diet. It could be your lack of work ethic.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be, something so small like that says a lot. And that's why I asked, has there been any man there? Because no valuable man, no real man is going to sit around at a house and have a smoke alarm beeping and he ain't going to get his grown ass up and change the fucking smoke detector. So the fact that I'm not taking accountability away from you and your mama because y'all two grown ass women. That smoke detector needs to be fixed.
Okay.
It got to be fixed. And the fact that you can't hear it and your mama can't hear it is even worse. So I want you to do something for me. Now I'm going to answer your question that you had. I want you to, if your mama around or she not there, next time your mama around, ask her, when you hear the beep, ask her, Mom, do you hear that noise? And she's more than likely going to tell you, no, what noise? And it's going to hit you with exactly what I'm talking about. Now, about the question that you asking me about the guy.
Can I respond now, please?
About the smoke alarm?
Yeah, not really. I just want to respond because I can respond.
I mean, sure, I haven't really given my perspective on your question, but go ahead.
Yeah, but you spoke on the smoke alarm, so I can respond to that part. So my response to that is, you asked me my situation first. I'm sure to clarify before you gave your answer, but like I said, I'm a college student. I'm a first generational college student in my family. The first to ever go, and I'm 21. I'm not home. I don't live in my house majority of the year. So when I am home.
So what? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with the fact that there's still a smoke alarm? As soon as you walk in the house and you hear it, you should do something to change it.
No, I wasn't finished. No, I wasn't finished. And I don't respect
your point doesn't make any sense though. It doesn't matter if you're not there.
To my point.
Okay. I don't care about your point though, because your point is irrelevant because you're not listening. This is the thing when we're talking about combative, emotional, argumentative women. Instead of you actually listening and hearing my point, you're listening to defend and respond instead of listening to understand. That's the problem. It doesn't matter if you haven't been at the fucking house. What matters is the fact that you're there and you hear it. And I just asked you, well, actually, you didn't hear it. I asked you, did you hear it? And you said no. So that further proves my point. No one gives a fuck if you haven't been at the house because you're there, because you at college. It doesn't matter. You're there now. And you've been there. You've been there. I've been to college. I graduated. I finished. I've been to multiple four-year universities. It doesn't matter. I'm a first generation college student. Nobody gives a fuck. You and everybody else. Nobody cares. The point is, you ain't fixing that smoke alarm and you didn't hear it. So you have toned it out. So actually that makes my point even more, and that makes it even worse. The fact that you ain't been there and you don't hear the smoke alarm and it took me to tell you, that's because I'm a man. I'm a real man, and I'm gonna check that shit. And and you women need to start handling your business when it comes to shit like that. Nobody should have to tell you that it's grown adults.
Man, let me finish my sentence. And you
but you're gonna make sense though. Make sense though.
That is so insane to me. I didn't even be rude to you now.
Have a good day. Fix your fucking smoke alarm. This is wrong with you women. That's why y'all stay single. That's why them niggas doing what he doing. He ain't doing you the bare minimum because you can't even change the fucking battery. Idiot. What's going on? What's in your mind?
I just wanted to piggyback off what you would say.
Okay, about what?
Potentially dating, and when you are a young woman going into the dating field.
You don't even hear it, do you?
Huh?
I said you don't even hear it, do you?
Hear what?
That's the point. Oh boy, we 2 for 2 today. You don't hear it?
Hear what?
That's you live by yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. When last time a man been over there? You hear that?
About 4
Did you hear that noise?
to 5 months.
Did you hear that noise? No.
No.
Okay. Okay. So okay. This is becoming into like I need to do a compilation of this shit, man. Sweetheart, there's a smoke alarm that is beeping. It is very loud, and this is not even about the smoke alarm. This is about the lack of awareness that you have with paying attention to things that's in your life that are a reoccurring theme, that is something that can be a very big annoyance, and that you've toned it out because you're so used to it. Not only does this, you heard that right?
Okay, I heard that.
There we go. But the thing is, I shouldn't have. See, this is no disrespect to you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm really trying to help you. I'm a man, so I know you live alone, and I know ain't no man there, at least no man of value, because ain't no man finna let that fucking noise be beeping every 15 to 20 seconds and then just tone it out and act like nothing is there. So this the point that I'm making is this does not only show the lack of awareness that you have, but in that aspect, but it's also other facets of life that you probably need to fix that you haven't because you're so used to being mediocre.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Or content. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So you have to like.
Hey, what's the beeping noise? I'm not understanding your point.
Man, God, like we need to pray. God help my people, man. Oh, boy.
I mean, I don't really think that if I lack understanding on something, that should be your response. It gives passive aggressive of judgment. It really, that's not really.
Of course you would say.
It's not that serious.
That's the problem. You don't think it's that serious. That's the problem. The problem is the fact that you still don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I mean, maybe your approach is not coming through to me, so maybe you should try to change your approach.
No, I think maybe you should try to change your brain, and maybe you should buy a hearing aid and train your ears to hear that loud ass smoke alarm that's in your ceiling that you don't hear. It's been beeping.
We don't have a smoke alarm.
You don't have a smoke alarm?
No, those are out. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what that noise is in the background.
And then another thing.
Okay. You said they're what? You said wait, hold on. You said they're not smoke alarms. What are they?
Legitimately said.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Maybe you need to change your brain, and you need hearing aids.
Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. You said it's not a smoke alarm. What is it?
You just said you need to change. I need to change my brain, and I need a hearing aid. You don't think that's rude? I don't know you. You don't know me. We're having a conversation about dating and getting an understanding.
Yeah, and I'm making a bigger point.
Of life, and
I don't even know if you are you looking in the comments. You not seeing the people that's like reacting to like everything that you saying. You focused on the way that I'm this and not even focused on my main point that I'm trying to
Okay, well, they said you trolling me, so I ain't really got
I'm not fucking trolling you. I swear to God, I'm not trolling you. I'm not trolling you. I'm not trolling you at all. You trolling yourself. Look at the comments. You don't hear that?
Why did you yell like?
Because this is this is bad.
It's not that serious.
First of all, I'm not mad. Now I'm trolling you. Now it's becoming, now you just finna be the butt of the joke. You don't hear that shit?
Nah, I could never be the butt of the joke. But
you are already the butt of the joke. It's too late. You already the butt of the joke.
If I don't hear something, I don't hear it.
Okay.
What you mean?
What you need help with?
I don't really even think your help is even.
Yeah, I can't help you. You don't even have ears to hear that loud ass smoke alarm that's in your background that I told you 3 times and you still say you don't know what I'm talking about. This stereotype is insane to me. This is P brain is like an understatement. P brain is an understatement. That's not even a P brain. That's ridiculous.
So I stopped because I thought you were handsome, but then I got to listening and I'm like, okay, I like the fact that you speaking on women being, more respectful of themselves. I'm all for that. But I'm like, okay, as far as dating, I feel like now I just turned 30 in January. And I've done a lot of things early on, so to say. Like, I got married to my high school sweetheart. I joined the military, made money or whatever. But we got divorced. We've been divorced like 3 years now. So we stayed married, together and married or whatever, all together like 10 years. But we've been divorced now 3. So anyway, I'm hopping back onto the dating scene. And I was just listening to, sorry if my dog, like she just tripping out right now. But anyway, it's like I'm trying to figure out what I like. The other girl earlier, she was saying like, I don't know what I want. I'm trying to figure out what would be, because I missed the whole stage. I missed like 10 years of developing, I think, as far as being a woman. Don't make that phase. When I say it, it's like, okay, I got used to one person. Now that I'm dating, and I do feel like I've taken time to find myself, so please don't say that, because, most people are like, you need to focus on yourself. I have done that. Now it's just like, when I'm dating, I'm seeing things that I'm just not into. So first of all, I'm not going to sleep around.
What's your question?
So my question is, what is it that men are looking for with women? Because, my makeup and stuff, my hair, okay. I do these things for myself. It's not to attract any attention from a man.
Okay. Let me, because you just babbling at this point. You are the epitome of a modern day woman, and I'm going to tell you why. You like clockwork. You are like you don't know. It's probably your first time seeing my live. I've had multiple pages. This is like this is my 3rd backup page, and I've had like 10 pages. I've had a bunch of pages deleted on TikTok, YouTube. I do this shit. I've talking to thousands and thousands and thousands of women. And that's not an exaggeration. You are the epitome. Your rhetoric is exactly what I speak against. The trigger words it's so normal for y'all. I'm finding myself. I went through, I didn't go, I don't know what I want. I'm looking for, I don't know what men want. And I went through this and I was divorced, and everything that you say is the epitome of what every single modern woman says. It is literally it's a spell that's casted on women just like yourself. And it's so unfortunate that y'all have to come to this. And it's so unfortunate as a 30-year-old woman, you're speaking like this. This is bad. It's very, very bad. And you don't even understand that it's bad. Now, I noticed that before we even get into the question that you have, the first thing that you came up here and you said was, you said you came up here because I was handsome, which I appreciate. And then you said that you listened to what I said, and you said, oh, okay. So do you have a disagreement, or did you just say that just to say it?
No, I was listening and I'm like, okay, I got to listening to y'all talking about, well, you were saying how the women, like when they get to, like every woman that does this or dresses a certain way or they go and get
When did I say
BBLs or they
every? When did I
follow
say
people.
anything about every woman? Anything? I never
Well,
said
you were
anything
saying
about every
younger
woman.
women, and I'm like, that's not like, I don't like that idea that
What idea?
because women are pretty or they, you know, you can be pretty with or without makeup. I'll go
Where
out
did I? Where did
sometimes.
I say women are pretty with women aren't pretty with or without makeup? What was that? That
No,
was
what
never
I'm
the.
saying is drawing the attention. It's like, I don't feel like this following any type of thing from social
Well,
media
I think that's
or
the
so
problem.
forth.
I think that's the problem because everything is what you feel like. See, it's feelings with women. You guys operating your feelings and you think that works on logical conversations like this one and it doesn't work. I'm not talking about how I feel. I'm talking about what is reality. And women argue with your feelings, and that's the problem. And that's the difference between logic and emotion. This is why you women shouldn't be leading because you guys lead with your emotions. Everything is I feel like, I feel like, I feel like. Well, you can feel like that all day. But the truth and the reality is, outside of what you feel like, the truth is, you wear makeup, you wear fake hair, you wear lashes, you wear all of these things to for a multitude of reasons. But the main reason why you wear it is because you as a woman, whether you want to agree to it or not, you as a woman understand that your main trigger for a man is your attraction. That's why. You can claim that you do it for yourself all day long. Of course, all y'all do. All women do everything for just themselves. Of course, sure. It's not true though. You can do it because it makes you feel good, cool. But that's not the only reason why you do it. You do it because you understand that people are going to look at you and view you in a certain way. That's why. And we all do it. I do it. I do things for women. The difference is, let me finish my point. Let me finish. We can disagree all day, but one of us is arguing with facts and one of us is arguing with feelings. But the thing is,
I can say
let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. The thing is, men can be honest in what the things that we do for women. Men do things for women. We 100% do. The difference is women, y'all have become so anti-male because you could make good decisions with your vagina. You could make good decisions on the guys that you chose, that you have this disdain towards men when the disdain is really for yourself because you're insecure. It's not all men's fault for the fact that you couldn't choose a good man. It's your fault. It's nobody else's fault but yours. There are 20 million black men in the U.S. There are 150 million men in general in the U.S. or something like that. So with that being the case, it's not all men's fault. It's not Dan in Arkansas who works at fucking CVS. It's not his fault why women do anything, right? It's your fault for the type of men that you choose and the type of woman that you are. And that's why. So it really comes from everything that you're saying. That's why I want to correlate the conversation back to the original point, because I do want to answer your question. Everything that you're saying is the epitome of a modern day women mentality and behavior. I was finding myself. I'm a divorcee. I went through this. I was on a healing journey. What do men want? I don't know what men want. My friends this, and I went through this, and I don't have to. You don't have to do none of that shit. Like I said earlier, our grandmothers and great grandmothers, they didn't have to have sex with 15 niggas, and they didn't have to be dealing with all these dudes to figure out what they were looking for to become a wife. They didn't have to do that. Women, let me finish what I'm trying to say, because you asked me a question and I'm answering it. Women did not have to. Women's value is not based on experience and what you have to build. A woman's value is based on her purity and what she is withholding from a man. That's why. Do you know why women wear white during marriage or white in weddings? Do you know? You probably don't know. And it's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't. I'm not trying to guilt trip you. I'm telling you because you don't know.
It's supposed to be a symbol of being a virgin,
yes,
or untouched or pure.
Absolutely. It was a symbol of being a virgin. Women's value is based on their purity and their chastity. That's why women wear makeup. That's why women want to look younger. That's why women get collagen. That's why women try to remove wrinkles. And that's why women use filters on their faces, because they understand, whether they want to agree to it or not, everything that y'all do is to push your main value of yourself, which is to look more attractive, to look younger, to look more pure, to not tell your body count. That's why if a man asks your body count, he's controlling, narcissistic, and insecure. And it's really, no, it's a natural order, because men don't want a woman with a high body count. All of these things are built off of biology. Now, I want to answer your question. I just wanted to make that just the point that you was making. Now I want to answer your main question. The main question that you had was, what do men want? It's very simple. Men want women that are attractive, that are feminine, that are soft, that are nurturing, that wants to be a wife and a mother. Now, when I say men, I'm not talking about the bottom of the barrel men. I'm talking about the men that the women want, which is the above average man. I'm not talking about Dan that work at fucking Dave and Buster's making 14 an hour. I'm not talking about him because you don't want him. None of y'all women want him. I'm talking about the 6'1" dark skinned man with the beard with the six pack, you know, that drive the nice car and works in corporate America. Yeah, that guy. Which y'all think exists because he got to be a hood nigga too, and he got to be a child of God, and he got to be a virgin. Yeah, the super nigga unicorn nigga that y'all want. I know. That man wants his woman to be soft, feminine, nurturing, attractive, submissive, and not be with other dudes, not be half naked on the internet, not wear fake hair, not be outside in the club, not have tattoos, not be drinking and smoking and having male friends, not be cool with exes, not operate in this hyper modern day society woman culture. The problem is most men don't come out and say these things. And I'm gonna let you speak. It's the last point I'm gonna make. The problem is most men don't come out and say these things because if they do, they're controlling, narcissist, insecure. They're all of these negative terms. They DL, they hate women, they hate their mothers who hurt you. It turns into a shaming tactic instead of actually listening to understand why men feel this way. If something is consistent across the board, it's probably not much of a personal thing. It's probably something that's pretty general. So it's not a personal insecurity why women want a man that's taller than themselves. Is it because, oh, she's 5'2"? Why does she want a man that's taller than 5'2"? Oh, all women feel this way, or at least 90% of them feel this way. Oh, is it because they're insecure? Is it because she just insecure? Nah, it's a natural proclivity because women want to protect her. Because women procreate, women have babies, women get pregnant. But they need to choose a man that is going to further push their DNA so they can be protected. Okay. That's why. Okay. Now you can go.
I don't have issue with men at all. I don't hate all men. I love men. I love strong black men at that. I would never date outside of my race. It's just not my thing. I need a king because I'm a queen. I'm very sure of myself. I don't doubt myself at all. I don't agree with everything you said about, you know, the makeup and why women wear it and what they're trying to push. No, that's just, but I'm a woman and you're a man. You're going to think like a man and I'm going to think like a woman. So that's fine.
I think it's just truth and feelings, but go ahead.
I mean, it's not like I'm a woman and I can speak for myself. And I'm pretty sure a lot of women in the chat as well. Like some things are literally because we want to do them. I mean, but back to my question, no, I feel like I did lose those 10 years being married because I got used to one person. Well, now that I'm dating, I'm starting.
Why'd you divorce him?
I divorced. I mean, we just kind of grew apart. He's still a great father. And
right on the money, like clockwork. Why did you divorce him? Like clockwork, we grew apart. We outgrew each other.
We did. We grew apart. I married at 19 years old. So
why'd you divorce?
We divorced. I mean, it was.
Why did you divorce him? Because I know you divorced him.
I rolled over in this bed I'm in now, and I looked over him and I said, you know, he's not leading me. Every door that I feel like has opened since I've met him, it's been because I went to open it. So I want a man that can lead me. I have no problem with being submissive to my husband and taking care of home. I have no problem working, putting in towards the marriage or anything. I don't have issues there. It just,
why did you divorce him?
I woke up and realized he's not going to get me further. I can't learn anything from him.
Why did you divorce him?
I just told you I didn't feel like he was leading me.
Why did you divorce him? What does it say on paper?
No, we had an agreed divorce. It say, you know.
Why did you divorce him? What does it say on paper?
What are you asking me?
I'm asking you a very simple question. All of this, you're putting things in this like vague. Oh, there were doors that were open.
Yeah, like it was. So
why did you divorce him on paper? Why did you divorce him on paper?
I mean, I don't really have a reason on paper. We had an agreed divorce. So
why did you divorce him on paper?
You
have to have a reason on why you divorce on paper.
I'm in Texas. I ain't have no reason. We grew apart. Like, that's it. Like,
so you went to the courthouse and you said we grew apart and that's it? You just walked off and the divorce was finalized?
No. I submitted my package.
Right. So what does it say on paper on why you divorced?
We grew apart, literally. Okay. Like we wasn't compatible anymore. It's perfectly fine to not be compatible with a person anymore.
I'm not arguing that it's not. I'm not arguing that it's not. I'm asking you what's on paper. You don't want to tell me, but go ahead. You can listen.
What you saying? I'm telling you. We both agreed. Like.
It's no such thing called
That's fine.
agreed divorce. One person wants it more than the other. Who filed, not who agreed to. Of course,
He
How
actually
you not going to
filed.
agree to
He
it?
filed, but it was my idea. And eventually, one day, he just went and filed it because he got tired of hearing me asking for it. So he filed it.
So okay.
Yeah.
All right. So so he divorced you. So why does it say? What does it say on paper for why he divorced you?
It literally says we grew apart.
It says we grew apart on
You
paper.
don't have to have a reason. Like, nope, it wasn't I didn't divorce him because he was cheating. He didn't divorce me because I was a lousy wife. We grew apart. But that's not I don't really want to focus on that because that's not why I came on here. I came on here to ask you about
I know you came on here to ask me about what do men want in the future.
No, what I'm saying is the man that I'm dating, I'm trying to figure out if it's something that I'm like, is it because I'm looking for this unicorn man or what? I dated this guy.
This is the problem. Hold on, stop right there. This is the problem. When y'all ask for advice, y'all never want to take accountability and look in the mirror first. What I don't do with any woman that comes up on here, when y'all ask me for advice, the first thing that I say, and anybody that watches me, y'all know this, the first thing that I say is, what happened with your last relationship and how did it end? That's what I asked, because 9 times out of 10, most people, okay, it was a 10-year relationship, and you used that as your example. You didn't mention any other relationship. You said I was in a 10-year relationship.
I said I've been dating for the past 3 years.
You said I was in a 10-year marriage, and I lost 10 years out dealing with this man, and I've been dating for the past 3 years. You've been dating for the past 3 years, and it hasn't worked out. No one has chosen you yet. No one wants to be with you. And the reason why, you said it yourself. I didn't say it. You said it. You said it was because you was in a 10-year relationship. So that's probably the reason. You have never actually went back and looked at that relationship and actually realized what were the things that happened and why it didn't work out. And the reasons why those things did not work out with that relationship is probably why you're going through what you're going through now. You have to look at your past relationship. Most people don't heal correctly from their last relationship because instead of taking accountability, becoming a better woman, fixing your attitude, fixing your weight, fixing the fact that you're dealing with a man that kept telling you, or you kept telling him you want to divorce him. All of those things are the reasons as to why men or women, I got nothing to do with gender, men or women. This is why these people, when you get out of these long-term relationships, you can never find anybody else because you never took accountability on what happened the last time. You'd be like, oh, I left him because he was abusive and he was emotionally abusing me and all of this other stuff. But what did you do? No one ever did anything wrong. It's always somebody else's fault. So you're going to bring that negative behavior that you did not change from your last relationship into the new relationship. And then in the next one, you've been dating for 3 years and you still ain't found a man. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So before we get into the guy that you have now, because you can get him for attention, you got him now. Congratulations. You can unmute your mic, by the way. What happened in the last long-term relationship that is making you consistently have these issues because you've only had that long-term relationship for 3 years or for 10 years. So what's going on? That's where we have to start. You don't start in the middle. You start at the beginning. So that's where I'm trying to get to. So we have to talk about that first. And unless you take accountability and you're trying to get down to what happened with that, I can't help you. You have to hit your mic button. I muted you because you kept over talking me, but you got to hit your mic button. You already unmuted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to overtalk you, but you can't have a conversation if you're gonna be the only one talking. Like it was so many points that I had that I wanted to comment on that I kind of lost track because I was trying to.
This is the thing. We're not having a conversation. You're asking me questions. You came up and asked me a question. I'm answering it. We're not having a conversation.
But then you be making assumptions, and I'm not even trying to. First of all, with my marriage, I have evaluated it. I've thought about things that I could have learned to do, or started doing if I were to ever get married again, what I wouldn't do and what I would do. I have no issue taking accountability with my, how my behaviors were, everything. We married young, so I grew a lot.
Can we test it?
Go ahead.
What did you do in the relationship? Why didn't it work out on your end? What did you do wrong?
You asking about this relationship I'm asking the question about, or the marriage?
I'm talking about the marriage and all of the dudes you've been dealing with up until this point that you have not been able to keep a man at 30 years old.
I ain't gonna say all the dudes. And when you say 30 years old, that's the exact reason why I'm calling
all the dudes. Stop. It's all the dudes. You've never been able to keep a man ever. So all the dudes that you've messed with, listen to what I'm saying. I know it doesn't feel good. I know it's hurting your emotions.
No, but it's not hurting me. But you saying all the dudes like it's just a shitload.
Well, have a good day. I'm not about that. Have a good day. I can't help you. You're going to die alone. And this is exactly why nobody wants to be with you. And I'm sure this is probably how conversations go when you're talking to men in your personal life. No one wants to be with you because you don't take accountability. You don't know how to shut the fuck up. You're in your emotions, you're in your feelings, and everything is listening to respond instead of listening to understand. That's why you continue to have the same issue over and over and over again. You came up here and you asked somebody who does this for a living, hey, help me with my relationship issues. What do you think about this? And as I'm telling you what's going on, I'm trying to get you to take accountability. You're pushing back and pushing back and pushing back. This is what you and a lot of other modern women are used to. Y'all are used to being in these friend groups with other women where no one ever challenges y'all and your points and opinions. Everything is okay with how you feel. How you feel is better than everything else. It's all about how you feel. Men, we don't operate in that world. Men don't operate in this world. Men operate in a world that is accountability based. What did you do? Why did you do that? You should not have done that. You did this and that led to this. So the reason why this happened is because of this. So you need to stop doing this so this can happen in a better life for this and this and that and that. Women don't operate in that world like that. Y'all looking, oh, what happened? Oh, that happened? Oh, yep. I can see why you did that. He should never made you do that. Yep. Don't worry about it. We on to the next one. That's how the conversations go with y'all. And a lot of times that is what creates these situations where y'all mentals are so fucking destroyed that by 30 you're giving the average basic everyday modern women talking points. It's like clockwork. We grew apart. How the fuck do you grow apart in a marriage? You know how fucking idiotic you sound? We grew apart. Notice that she never gave no real reason. Oh, it was doors that was opening for me and he wasn't opening them for me. So no, well, like, first of all, you said you went in the military. You're a woman. You should never be in the fucking military. You should be in the home cooking and cleaning and making fucking breakfast. And you should be pregnant. You're a woman. That's what should be happening. But you want to be a man. You want to be strong and independent. You should be at home making food. You should be getting your bills paid. You shouldn't even be working. And if you are working, you should work when you feel like it, not because you have to, it's because you want to. But see, the problem is a lot of you women don't want to operate like women, because to get that energy from men, you have to be feminine, you have to be nurturing, you have to know how to cook and clean, you have to be soft, you have to not be a whore, you have to operate in women from back in the day. And this is why these modern marriages are not working, because the women want to be the men. Y'all want to go 50-50, but then you want your man to out earn you. Make it make sense. You want to have a bunch of money. You want to have these degrees. You want to operate like the man. And then you like, well, why aren't the men operating like the men? Because bitch, you want to be one. And then the modern men of today, just as bad, because y'all are scared to have a person disagree with you, because you niggas are fucking simps. You niggas are lame. You niggas are scared to tell the truth. The truth is, half of the women in the workforce shouldn't be working right now. Let's just be honest. Most of you women in this live, I know for the feminists pushing women, y'all gonna disagree, but you're gonna disagree because of your feelings, not because of logic. 60 women in my live right now, if at least 55 of y'all don't want to work until you 50. You don't want to work until you 60. If you could have a choice where a man, a good man obviously, would be taking care of you and providing for you, you wouldn't be fucking working. Most of y'all women in my life right now, you don't want to work. You work because you have to, not because you want to. That's the truth. That's the honest to God truth. Most women in the workforce, if you had a choice and it wasn't going to come with abuse, it wasn't going to come with, how some bad men, are. If it wasn't going to come with that, y'all would 100% be in the house barefoot and pregnant, making breakfast and changing diapers. You would be. But it is being pushed to y'all to just be overly sexualized, go get your career, go get your money. And then at 32, then I'm going to take somebody seriously. So I'm going to push the men back and make the men available and important when I want them to be important. And then I'm gonna be a housewife then. So I'm gonna put more energy into my own personal endeavors and to the majority of my life. And then once I'm done with all that, then I'm gonna add myself to somebody else's life. But then he's supposed to be better than me. It doesn't make any sense. It's backwards logic. It's backwards fucking logic. And in the society teaches men to be soft. Society teaches men to not speak their mind. Society teaches men that talking like how I'm talking right now means that I hate women. Now I love women so much that I want to protect my woman. I love women so much that I want y'all to be in the places where y'all are sheltered and kept safe, because you are more valuable. You're supposed to die for a woman. You're supposed to put your life on the line for a woman. That's what it is. You're supposed to die for a woman. You're supposed to as a man. When the Titanic boat went down, guess what? Women and children first, because they are more important than men in a sense of survival. One dick can create a whole village. One pussy and 100 dicks ain't gonna create a whole village. That's biology. That's how it's supposed to go. But we are taught in a totally different light that's somehow nowadays that somehow that is wrong, and you hate women because you want to control women. No, I want to keep women protected and safe. You want to know why marriages and relationships work forever up until like the 1980s or in the 1990s? It's because things were based in nature. Women are submit and nurture, men provide and protect. But we got out of that because of modern feminism, and especially a lot of black women. Y'all fell for the dupe of these liberal white women. Y'all fell for the feminist movement. Y'all fell for the Margaret Sanger eugenicist Planned Parenthood shit. Y'all fell for it. So now we're in a situation now where the women who created the strong independent woman narrative, which weren't black women, they were actually white women created that narrative. We 30 years later, when you hear a strong independent black woman, strong independent woman, who do you think of? You think of a black woman. Even though black women didn't even fucking create it. You know who created abortion? Not black women. You know who gets more abortions than anybody else? Black women. And is it because you're black women? No, it's because y'all were finessed by the liberal white woman. But if you bring it up, then you just hate all women. No, it's the truth. This is the truth. And even today, look at all these women, look at all these white women that's going to these colleges. Guess what? They getting fucking married. Why are they going to colleges? Black women that's a lie. Black women don't have the most degrees. Black women are the fastest growing to get degrees. But look at all these black women that's going to college. Shout out to all the black women that's going to college. But while you going to college and being separate from your man, these white women going to college with their feminist mentality, with they same feminist rhetoric that you got. But guess what? They're getting married. Still. But if you bring it up, you hate black women, you hate yourself, you hate your mama, your DL, your dick little, you're broke, you're short, you're soft, you controlling, and you insecure, and you're a narcissist. So I guess I'm all of that.
So you said that it's not the same. Why?
Men and women are different. Men and women have never been judged on the same values. We never have, and we never will.
Man, but why do you feel like that's okay? But is what I'm saying. Like, if men are like, okay, yeah,
let me
men,
ask you,
women say.
Wait, let me just ask you a couple questions. Do you want a man that's taller than you? Would you prefer a man that's taller than you?
Yes.
Would you prefer a man that makes more money than you?
Yeah.
Would you prefer a man that's more intelligent than you are?
Of course.
Would you prefer a man that's leading the relationship rather than you leading the relationship?
That's leading?
Leading the relationship, yes.
Yeah.
Would you prefer a man that is stronger than you physically?
Yes.
So then what is your argument? You yourself quite literally don't want a man that's equal to you. You want a man that's superior to you in almost every single way. Financially, mentally, everything.
You said prefer though. You said prefer. You didn't say. Of course, I would prefer somebody that's going to help me grow as a person.
Yeah, but preference doesn't change the fact. Preference is preference come from biology. So I prefer a woman who is not even prefer, but I wouldn't even. I mean, okay? Well, let me ask you this: since you want to, I guess you want to argue an absolute. Would you deal with a man that is less than you in almost every single one of those categories?
Is there potential for growth?
Thank you. There's no potential for growth. But the fact that you're asking about the potential for growth further proves my point. You don't want a man that's lesser than you.
I mean, okay, no, that's no. If you come to me with lesser value, but you have the mindset that you want more, you just didn't have the resources. Of course, we can build something together. But if you are,
listen, Dom, what you're trying to argue is the potential to get better than you. So you're debunking your point. If what you're saying is going to make sense, you have to accept that man for exact. You got to get out the comments because you're not listening to me. You looking at the comments.
I'm listening. I'm looking at you.
Okay. For you to accept that man for who he is, he has to be stagnant in exactly where he is. So if he makes less money than you, if he's shorter than you, if he's weaker than you, if he's less intelligent than you, if your argument is going to stand, you have to accept him for where he is with no potential. For me, let's use the logic for me. As me dealing with a woman, you can have less money than me and never go up. You can be shorter than me and never go up. You can be less intelligent than me less intelligent than me, and never go up. Every single category for me as a man is always going to be less than, because I'm not looking for my equal. I'm a man, so I'm going to prefer things based on biology. I don't need a woman that makes more money than me. I'm a leader. I'm a man, so I have to be the better of the. A woman's value is not based on those things. Your value is based on your ability to be attractive. So you should be more attractive than your man. You don't want your man to be the pretty nigga, do you? You want your man to be, you want to be the pretty one. You don't want your man to be the soft one. A woman's value is her femininity, her essence, her purity, her ability to nurture and take care of children, her ability to make the house a home, to be able to be the emotional, I won't say emotional crutch, but the one that is harvesting people's emotions so they can operate it in a better way. That's your job. That's where you come in. I don't need to be better at that. I don't have to be a better cook than my woman. So for your argument to make, I'm gonna end it off like this. For your argument to make sense, you would have to accept the man that is less than you in every single category, and then it be consistent. If it's not, then you're not arguing a valid point.
But I don't understand why your value equivalates to sexual relations.
Who said anything about sexual relations?
Because the whole point what I'm saying is, you said something earlier in the live. You was like, but you women decided to shake ass and, you know, whoop-de-woo. But why we equivalent that to you? Why can't a traditional wife still shake ass? Not when they're married, but as a single woman who desires to be a wife. Granted, I do see the complications in that, but within a man, if a man has always been living in that light, and a woman and the women have just now joined them, why does that, you know, go back to, oh, I can't, you know,
so
I can't mess with her. She a hoe.
Why can't a traditional woman not operate like a traditional woman and still be a traditional woman? You see how dumb you sound? You laughing because you know you sound crazy as hell. I think you need to just take your L, sweetheart.
That's not what I said. I'm saying
that's literally that's quite literally what you said. Listen to me. You swiped out, so I want to make sure that she can hear me. This is okay. That's quite literally what you said. Why can't traditional women do things that traditional women didn't do and then still be traditional women? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Traditional men did not sleep with other men. They were only with women. So I can't be like, well, why can't traditional men sleep with other men and then still be traditional men with their women? No, it doesn't work like that. If you operate in an untraditional way, then you are not traditional anymore. That's not how that goes. You don't get to just jump back into it. Traditional means that something that happened in the past, and that was the behavior. You don't operate outside of that behavior. I can't do 50-50 forever and then be like, I'm a traditional man. It doesn't work like that.
But if that's the environment that was cultivating broken homes, then why keep celebrating it?
Too fucking bad. It's not an environment that's cultivated. You women know damn well that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. These women are not forced to shake their ass. You're not forced to be a hoe. Nobody's forcing you to be half naked.
That's a result to broken homes. That's
so what? Let's use your logic. The result of broken homes is me being a person that's a degenerate. So I get to go out and commit crimes and beat people and steal from people because I was in a broken home. Do I get to not go to jail now, or should I not be judged based on me having a broken home?
I didn't say it wasn't right. I just said that let's not act like we don't understand where this is coming from.
We know where it's coming from. Too bad though. Nobody gives a fuck where it's coming from. Nobody owes you understanding. I can't beat women and be like, well, that's because my mama treated me like shit. My daddy wasn't there, so I have anger towards women. That doesn't make it okay, nigga. You going to jail. You're gonna get out from the community.
It doesn't make it okay, but that's what I'm saying. That's where the mind thought comes from, because
we're not arguing where it comes from. Listen, we're not about to babble and go into a different argument. Nobody's arguing where it comes from. We're arguing the acceptance of what it's going to be classified as. We're not arguing where it came from. Nobody cares where it came from. Nobody gives a fuck about nobody gives a fuck about your understanding where it came from. That's not what it is. Would you tell your son to deal with that type of woman?
No, but
so what are you arguing? You wouldn't even advise your own son to do. You wouldn't even advise your own son to deal with this very same women that you're arguing for.
It's not that, because I'm saying like we're giving hoes bad reps, okay? I'm just saying it's not fair to if you're gonna put all of that on a hoe, you have to do the same thing to a gangbanger or a YN.
I just brought that up. I literally just brought that up. Traditional men didn't gangbang. Gangbanging wasn't a thing in the 60s. Gangbanging didn't start until after the 80s because the 70s was the Black Panthers and shit like that. 60s and 70s. I just brought
Okay,
up
but
gangbang. I just brought up degenerate stuff. I just brought up robbing people and stealing from people. What are you talking about?
sexual hoism within males is degenerate behavior.
I'm not saying that it's not degenerate behavior. What I'm saying is men are not judged the same way women are when it comes to sexual access. We're not.
And it
So you
should
can't expect it
change.
to be.
In order for women to change, we have to change the trajectory on.
No, we don't. In
on
order for
all
women to change,
fronts.
you motherfuckers need to start taking accountability and stop blaming everything on everybody else. Y'all are professional victims. This is exactly why y'all be in the positions that y'all in. You want to be a professional victim. Everybody is everything that I do is everybody's fault. So I get to do it and I should not be judged. But you wouldn't let women get this. You wouldn't let men get the same arguments. If something happened while I was too young, if something happened what I didn't know, if I got pregnant, well, he got me pregnant, even though you was fucking him and you fucked him for 2 years and was saying daddy, 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 getting hit from the back and talking about, well, he got me pregnant. No, bitch, you was fucking a nigga for 2 years. So there's no accountability. That's the problem. Y'all women don't take accountability. I'm not gonna say y'all women. I'm gonna say people like you. Y'all don't take accountability for shit.
But within your entire argument, you have not brought everything that the man does that is not helping a household. You basically classified it as, oh well, that's just how it's always been.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Give me one example. Hold on. Give me one example of I said what you're saying. Give me one example I said.
When you said
When I said
when you said that men can't be, or men being hoes, oh, it is what it is. Women shouldn't have to do the same
No,
thing.
I didn't say that. No, I never said
that.
that. I never
What
said
you
that.
say?
I said men and women are not judged on the same thing. I gave you the flip side argument. So a woman doesn't have to have a bunch of money to get a man with money. Would you agree?
After that, what you
I'm
just
not
said,
saying.
what you just
Listen,
said
bro.
5 seconds ago,
Okay, I
you
gotta mute
said-
you. I gotta mute you because you're not fucking listening. This is exactly why y'all be fucking just dumb. You're not listening. I'm giving you the example of what I said. Women don't have to have money to get a man with money. Women don't have to be masculine to get a man that's masculine. Women don't have to be tall to want a man that's tall because our values are not looked at as the same way. I'm not arguing that men should fuck a bunch of girls. I never said that. What I'm saying is sex for men and women is always going to be looked at differently biologically and socially. And it's not from some Western civilization bullshit. It's that way across every single platform. You go to the Middle East, promiscuous women are not valued. If you go to Europe, promiscuous women are not valued. If you go to Africa, promiscuous women are not valued. Even in Western countries now, the reason why we're having this conversation is because promiscuous women are not valued. So I'm not saying men should fuck a bunch of bitches. What I'm saying is women operating in sexual degeneracy and men operating in sexual degeneracy is always going to be looked at a different way. If a woman puts her hands on a man and a man puts his hands on a woman, it's always going to be looked at as a different way. That's just what it is. That's how it works. Men and women are not different. That's the only point that I'm making. But y'all don't want to take accountability, so.
That's not at all what I was talking about. What I'm saying is, if we're going to the women, if we're going to say all of that about women, we have to say the same thing about men, because that's the whole reason how women got into this more promiscuous world, because men never stopped doing what men were doing.
It got in a promiscuous world because women pushed feminism and women empowerment nowadays. The new wave of feminism and women empowerment is being half naked on the internet. Y'all support women who operate in degeneracy. Cardi B. Is Cardi B's fans more women or is it more men? Is Meg Thee Stallion's fans more women or is it more men? Y'all push these degenerate women in the y'all prop these women up. Men aren't propping these women up. And if a man says something, y'all say that they narcissists and they hate women because they calling them out on the bullshit. I'm literally saying this is not something that we should operate in. Y'all shame men for calling out the same behavior that y'all think is okay, but then when we say something about it, then it's like, well, it's just, well, y'all do the same thing. No, we don't do the same thing. No, we don't. Y'all push this behavior.
I mean, y'all don't do exactly the same thing, but when you lie and manipulate situations with women,
what are you talking about lying and manipulating? What are you talking about? We're not talking about lying and manipulating. We're talking about how people are viewed. What are you talking about?
But it's the same thing. It's
not the same thing. You're arguing a different point. What are you talking about?
Women show off their assets to get male attention. Men lie and manipulate to get women's attention. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. We're not talking about, bro, the argument is not, you're jumping from argument to argument and moving the goalposts. The argument is not about why people do what they do or where it came from. The argument is people do what they do and it's going to be judged and looked at in a certain way. Manipulation is not specific to men. Manipulation is not specific to women. None of these behaviors are specific to one gender. The thing that I'm arguing is the way that they're going to be viewed. If a man does the same thing that a woman does, it's going to be viewed in a different way. If a woman smacks a man, people are going to look like, well, what did he do to smack? What did he do to make her smack him? But if he smack her, nobody gives a fuck what she did. He's in the wrong.
That one I
If a
don't really
woman
agree on,
cheats, if a
but
woman cheats on a man, the argument is going to be, well, what did he do to make her cheat? But if he cheats on her, nobody gives a fuck because we're going to look at it in a different way, even though it's the same action. So if a man fucks a bunch of girls, a lot of times he's going to get propped up, or sometimes he's going to be pedestalized because usually men have to do things to fuck bitches. But if a woman fucks a bunch of guys, she's probably going to be looked at in a negative light because you really don't have to do that much work to fuck a bunch of guys. I'm not saying that either behavior is okay. I'm calling both behaviors out. The only thing that I'm arguing is that they're going to be looked at differently and socially. So since we understand that, and since we know that, then we have to make sure that we are not operating in that behavior because we know that there's going to be a viewpoint in how it's looked. It's very fucking simple.
so we should operate in that behavior, not based on whether it's right or wrong,
I can't do it.
traditions,
I can't do it. I
whatever.
can't do it. I
We
can't do
should.
it. She's a fucking idiot. I can't do it. I can't. I tried to explain the same shit 5 times, and I never said that not because it's right or wrong. I literally just said it's wrong and it's not something I'm promoting, but this is just fucking idiot. This is delusional. Can't do it. It's pure delusional, bro. I ain't got time. That's just somebody, that is a lack of intelligence right there. That's what y'all saying. Just lack of intelligence, no logic. It's the difference between masculinity, femininity, logic, and emotion. And what y'all just saw is an emotional argument.
So one of my biggest things is understanding a man mentally. And you don't really talk about that. You more talk about how to
How long you been watching my
appeal
content?
to.
How long you been watching?
Huh?
How long you been watching me?
I'm not gonna care. I be watching you from time to time, but
What's time to time?
I don't know if you know, but I'm a very emotional person. So when you start coming like too hard at people, I'm like, yeah, I gotta back off.
So then you
because
can't
I
make it.
can't. Me personally, I can't handle it. But the way you are, it's fine. I just
Yeah, but you can't make a claim based on who I am and what I speak about if you don't watch me enough. Because I 100%, that's literally my main content is teaching women how to understand men. I'm writing a book on that. I'm like 80% done with my book. I'm writing a 2-part book, one for men and one for women. And the whole book for women is understanding the men.
I'm
So
sorry. I wasn't trying to like put it.
I'm not taking it personally at all. Like Anna, I'm not in the slightest percentage taking this shit personally. I'm just saying you can't claim that if you don't watch me enough, because I 100% do that.
Valid. Okay.
And that's why I offer sessions. People book sessions with me off the app, for specific situations.
Okay.
But go ahead though, you can ask your question. What's up?
So, I'm a very mega mental type of person. So, yes, I can appeal to someone's emotions or try to make them, I don't know, yeah, just to try to appeal to them emotionally and physically, but I want to see where you are in your thought process and how you deal with people and how you carry yourself and how you approach things and how you handle certain situations. So, like you mentioned, one of the things to like appeal to a man is to cook him a meal. Valid, cool, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something I wouldn't do in the beginning. That would probably happen like low key 3 months in because obviously we both have our own lives, and you already know I have 2 kids, so that already kind of defeats the purpose for me. But so like 3 months in, okay, maybe we can try to approach something like that. But I'm like, when we go on dates or when we talk or something like that, I'm trying to know where you are. Like, we're gonna go to a what is it called, an escape room, or we're gonna go to a gun range or some. From where I am, we have like a little area where we can go shooting or whatever. But we're gonna go somewhere that's gonna get our minds racing, that's gonna get us actually active. I don't like dinner dates. Can we do that? Yes, of course. Probably like on the 3rd date, so we can sit down and.
What question are you asking?
How do you appeal to? Okay, so let me rephrase. is it wrong to focus more on the mental aspects
How old are you?
for a man?
How old are you?
29.
You 29 and with 2 kids. How many different fathers?
2.
What make you think you not cooking is gonna make any man want to be with you with 2 kids with 2 different baby daddies at 29? You should be making a 3-course meal for any man that come across contact with you. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, but the fact that you said I'm not cooking for no man for 3 months, I'm sure you've had sex with men within 3 months, have you not?
Yes, of course.
So then make that make sense to me. What's more valuable to you, food or your vagina?
Yeah, but they're not coming to my house when we do that.
You have to make food to people to come to your house. They don't have to come to your house. I just told the woman on the other side, you can make him a meal and go bring it to him, drop it off at work. But you just said you've had sex with men within 3 months, but you want to make a man a meal in 3 months? So eggs and bacon is more important than your vagina? That makes zero sense to me. And you're 29 with 2 kids with 2 different baby daddies. You don't have no leverage, especially for the man that you're looking for. I'm not trying to be rude with you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm giving you the truth. I would tell this to my sister. I would tell this to my future daughter if she was in the same position. I'm not here to bash you. I'm here to give you the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts, and it's not supposed to be nice. I'm not here to be nice. I'm not here to be mean. I'm here to be honest with you, sweetheart. And at 29, with 2 kids and 2 different baby daddies who've had sex with probably multiple men within 3 months, you won't make him a meal, but then you expect him to take you on all the, because all these dates that you're talking about, he the one paying for it. You ain't paying for the shit. Or in your thought process, you have this thought process of it should go how I want it to go. So it should be 3 months of me going on dates and me having this amazing man that's taking me on dates and paying for my kids to get a babysitter and giving my son a candy bar and high-fiving them and then doing all this stuff with no sex involved until I'm ready to give it to him. But I won't make him a meal or do anything for him to show my level of longevity. The question that you asked, Anna, was you talking about the mental. But men don't operate that way, Anna. Men are logical, but not in the emotional aspect. The dating market does not go how you want it to go. The dating market does not go how I want it to go. It goes how it goes, meaning that I can't change what is. It is what it is. Men are going to judge women based on your looks first, what you have to offer second, and then the third thing, I'm sorry, I didn't say that correctly. The first thing men are going to judge is your beauty. That's the first thing that we notice. The second thing is, what baggage do you have attached to you? Children, age, you know what I'm saying? Just attitude, the way that you treat me and just the way that you speak to me. And then the third thing is, what behaviors do you exude to show me that you are worthy for longevity? So men, as far as the behaviors, because that's kind of what because you're talking about the mental, but men are not looking at it and it's just a spiritual essence of femininity and all of this stuff that you kind of hyper focused in. Men don't operate that way. Men are very logical. Is this woman dressing half naked? Is she in the club? Does she got male friends? What did she do to make my life easier? And the reason why I told her food is because most women don't do that. And you're not getting anything taken away from you if you make a man a meal. So again, you're going to have to answer me that question. With you being 29, with you having 2 kids with 2 different fathers, and you've had sex with likely multiple men within 3 months, what makes you think that sex is less valuable than making a man a meal? Why do you hold this to some high regard?
Because I had sex with men 3 months in when I was younger. At this point in age where I am now, I wouldn't do that.
What does that have to do with the food? I just mentioned food. What does that have to do with that?
Cooking never was one of the things that I considered basically considered when it came to getting to know someone or dating someone.
And that's probably why you're in the position that you're in now.
So outside of cooking, what else?
Cooking, cleaning, asking a man, what does he need from you? Noticing something where he's lacking in. This is stuff that you're supposed to pick up on somebody. Don't y'all women say that you want a man to listen? You want a man to notice certain things to help make your life easier? You're supposed to do the same thing. If you notice that he struggles with time management, I struggle with time management because I'm an entrepreneur. I haven't had a job since 2020. Everything that I do in life, I do consultations. I'm on YouTube. I make people's website designs. I go live on TikTok. I do a lot of stuff off of this app. I'm not good with time management because I have so many things I'm working on at one time. And a woman that's dealing with me and involved with me, not that she's just supposed to notice it, but I will explain this to her. You know what I'm saying? So look, and I'm a good communicator. So look, if you feel like I'm not texting you back, I want you to communicate with me and tell me that you feel like, because I have weird sleeping patterns. Sometimes I sleep for 3 hours, wake up, I'll be up for the next 8 hours. I sleep for another 2 hours. I'm in this weird realm of just like stuff like that. So I struggle with that. A green flag for me is a woman that would make me a plan. Look, you got 5 tasks that you have to do today. She don't have to be my fucking assistant, but you have 5 tasks that you have to do today. I think you should set your alarm. I think you should get you some melatonin. I think you should try this tea that I think works, that help people sleep better. Things like that is something that goes a long way. It goes a very long way. Or if you notice that maybe I don't have the best eating habits, maybe I'm not eating enough, maybe I'm not getting enough calories, or maybe I'm just not eating the healthiest. A woman job is to see that and notice that, you know what? I think I can probably make him some food to where he can get his macros in correctly. He go to the gym, but he's not getting enough protein. That's where I step in at. That's the stuff that makes a woman valuable. Not taking me on dates and do this and do that. And all of that stuff is easy. Men pick up on that when we deal with a lot of women. All y'all are the same when it comes to that. But what separates you is the way that you can make somebody's life easier. He's making your life easier because he's taking you on dates. He's showing you his ability to provide. He's making you see a good time, a different side of a man. When you go around him, you feel safe and comfortable. He's making your life a little bit better. That's what it's supposed to be. It's very transactional. But when you look at it in a one-way mentality, then you're going to continue to be in the same bullshit position that you're already in. And honestly, Anna, again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you don't have no leverage with the position that you're in right now. You don't have no leverage with any probably valuable man. I'm just keeping it real with you.
That's fine. That's understandable because we had a conversation before and you basically broke that down to me and I took that and I took note of that.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are certain things that you just said that I guess relates to, the women in general that does not relate to me. Because
what do you mean? Like what?
So the things that you just mentioned, like the little small things, asking him how he is, what can you do for him and things like that. Okay, those are natural. I would think all women have that. Those are like natural things that just come into conversations or things like that.
But Anna, most women don't do that though. In 2025, okay. Yeah, maybe in the 60s, yeah, because a lot of women were raised to be wives. Women were raised to be helpmates. And even on the flip side, most men are not raised to be husbands. Men are not raised to be providers. But we're talking about a man that is. A man that you do want to do it for. Most women don't do that. Most women don't ask men these questions. And if you a woman in here that do that, I'm not talking to you. So don't be like, I do. I'm not fucking talking about you. But most women don't do that. Most women don't go out of their way to really understand the type of man that they're talking to. And that's why they end up in the positions that they're in. Most women and men, but we speaking on women, most women go into situationships looking at the lust part of it. He's tall. He got money. He got a big dick. He got a six-pack. He got a full beard. He light-skinned. He dark-skinned. He got tattoos. It's always upfront attraction, but it's never what's going on in that man's heart and what's really, if that man could be a provider. Women ask a man a sign before they ask what type of father he wants to be. So that's the stuff that a lot of women are not going into. So that's where you, or any woman that's in the same situation, you're moving differently. You're not asking about no fucking sign. You're not asking them all this dumb shit. Who your favorite? What do you think about Cardi B and Offset? All this dumb shit. You ask a man certain questions, you get to know him, but then you also pick up on things where he's lacking at, because no man is going to be perfect, and you do your job as a woman to make that become better. So yeah, you're right. Most women naturally have it, but most women don't naturally do it. Most men are natural providers, but most men don't provide, not in 2025.
Okay, so this also, because we kind of move forward in the conversation. So
hold on
you
real quick,
mentioned,
Anna. Hold on, Anna. Hold that thought. I apologize. Hey man, Kwame, thank you for the $25 on CA, man. We putting that goal up to hold on. We have 465 for the day. I appreciate the $25, my boy. We have I'm not 465, my dumbass. 265 for the day. Let's try to hit this $400 goal. Appreciate the 25, my boy. Shout out to my boy Kwame. I appreciate you, my boy. Thank you for the cash app. Go ahead,
Anna. So yeah, you had mentioned something earlier, but we were kind of moving forward. So you mentioned cleaning and cooking. And
that's only
so I'm assuming this is what's happening in his home. Right?
Who?
So cool.
Hold on, wait.
Honestly,
Anna, I didn't hear you. Anna, I didn't hear you. Hold on, slow down. I did not hear you. You said, what's happening? I didn't hear you.
You mentioned earlier that it would be important to, or that it would be good to cook and clean. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming this is all happening in his home. Now, mind you, I already told you we both have our own separate lives. So he works, I work, I have my kids. And if he has kids, cool, awesome. So we're both taking care of what needs to be taken care of. So, and you mentioned something earlier, and I don't know why, but you often mention that the man is paying for the dinner, he's paying for this and he's paying for that. And I think I kind of mentioned to you when we spoke before, I take a lot of the I take a lot of my own personal responsibility when it comes to either taking care of my kids, taking care of myself, or even if we're going out on a date or whatever the case may be, because I know how men are nowadays. I don't know how the men used to be back in the day. I see movies, I read books, I see how people used to talk about it. I don't know about it because I've never experienced that older type gentleman or whatever the case may be. So yes, I do put in my share or my portion when it comes to finances. So if I'm cooking and cleaning to show him that I'm interested or worth it or whatever the case may be, or to keep his interest or to show some type of emotional reaction from him, and I'm already holding up my end, taking care of what I need to do on my end, what exactly is he doing for me?
Okay, first of all,
So if I can't understand how you handle certain situations, because
hold on.
I don't.
Hold on. First of all, it's like you didn't listen to nothing that I said. It's like you even asked that question in like a very like, it's like shit is going in one ear and out the other with you. You keep saying,
No.
well, I'm not at his home. I literally gave you, I was, even when I spoke to the woman on the other side and I told her, you don't have to cook for a man and he at your house. You can make him a meal and you can go drop it off to him. He can pick it up. You can take it to him while he's at work.
And
it
the
doesn't
cleaning?
have to be at the home. Okay, but that's only one aspect though. It's like you just didn't, it's like you disregarded me saying something where he's lacking and that you noticed that you help. I just gave you the example of me. I'm not good with time management. And if I'm dealing with a woman who notices that or who sees me, says that, and tries to help that situation with time management, that's something that's a green flag that a lot of women don't do. It's like it's like you said, fuck all of that. I'm only gonna hyper focus on cooking and cleaning and if he at the house or not. I only gave you two, I gave you 3 examples, but it's a plethora of more. So it's like you not even listening to the shit that I'm saying. Why is you so hyper
The other
focused on
things
cooking
you
and cleaning?
mentioned, that's why I said the other things that you mentioned, I thought those were just natural women things that we
But
bring up in
said,
natural conversation.
and I said, most women don't do that. So that's where you would stand out. And we have common sense. No, none of us was around in the 1950s, but we understand in the 1950s there was Jim Crow. We understand that in the 1950s there was redlining. So I don't have to be like, well, I've never experienced Jim Crow laws and redlining, so it must have not even existed. I just don't know. No, we have common sense. We understand that black people weren't allowed to move to the white communities and the better communities, not even just because they're white, because they was black. We don't have to be living in that time to know that. We know slavery was a thing. I don't have to be living in this as a slave to know that slavery was a thing in America. So it's like you being disingenuous with the fact that like you have to have a lived experience to make any like assertion to it. Come on now, you being disingenuous with that point. The second thing is you said, what is he doing for me? Well, I can reverse that same logic back to you. What is a man? What are you doing for a man for him to want to take you on a date?
If I'm checking on you, making sure that your welfare is fine, if I'm actually offering you that peace of mind, because men, they need to be able to speak to, vent to, they need to be able to feel emotionally that you're available emotionally as well. They need to feel comfort in you. They need to feel that you care. Yes,
Okay,
you can
so
show quote unquote love, but what does that love look like? How does he want to be loved? How does he want to be
yeah, but
spoken to?
you don't really love somebody within the first couple months of talking to him. Let's be like
You don't.
realistic. Okay, so
But
let's
you do have to get that some type of feeling that someone cares for you.
right, but right. So wouldn't a man be able to do the same exact thing for you, checking up on you, texting you, asking you how your day is? So if you're saying that that's what a woman can do for a man, and that would make him want to take you on a date, then the same logic would apply on the flip side. He could do the same thing for you that'll make you want to make him a meal.
No, okay.
Maybe
So
not
that's
you,
where-
but for other women that may be their outcome and it may work out for them. Let me ask you a question. Have you done any of these things that I'm even mentioning?
Yes, I have. That's why I had two baby fathers.
Yeah, but
And it didn't work out because we were going in 2 separate directions.
yeah, but then you also said that so were these guys that you was sleeping with within the first 3 months? I'm sure it was.
Yes, they were.
Okay then.
And
So,
and the relationships lasted a few years.
but you okay, but you wasn't make, but again, so why is that? But then why is the boundary food and not sex?
I think it's because I know what it looks like to take care of a home, and I put that in the category of taking care of a home.
So what category do you put sex in? Exactly.
Intimacy.
You don't even know. You don't even have one. That's way on a higher stand. First of all, you can cook for anybody. I can cook for a neighbor. That don't mean I'm taking care of a home. My neighbor made some steak last week. He made steak for like the whole fucking neighborhood damn near. He gave me a piece of cake. He ain't taking care of my house. I don't know the nigga like that. Well, Mexican dude. He cool as fuck. And he made some steak. They ain't taking care of my house. Not paying. This nigga don't owe me nothing. I didn't do nothing for him. He just like, yo, bro, neighbor, hey, yeah. I'm one of the only black people to live in the neighborhood. Hey, want some steak, brother? I went over got a piece of steak. Talked to him for 5 minutes and left.
Yeah, but I also told you I did that when I was younger, and I wouldn't do that now. So
But you would have sex with a man in 3 months though.
no, that's what I told you, that I had sex with men with 3 months in when I was younger. I told you that I wouldn't do that now. When you first asked me that question,
So what
I
category do you put sex in? Again, I'm asking you the question. What category do you put sex in?
intimacy. We're being physical. We're showing how much we care for each other.
So what do you think is a higher level of that? Making a man food, eggs and bacon, or sex? What do you think is a higher level?
I guess we'll know 3 months in.
Oh boy. Okay. I don't really have much to say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have much to say to you at that point. I think you've too far gone, honestly. And I think
So you would know someone. You would think that you know someone enough or care for someone enough within 3 months.
I don't think making a person a meal is the highest form of anything. I think making a person a meal.
Absolutely, I agree with you, and I told you I didn't consider that before. Absolutely, I agree with you.
You just said you never did it. You just said you did it in the past. Now you're saying you didn't.
No, you asked me, would I have sex with a man 3 months in? And I told you I used to do that. Yes,
No.
three
I'm talking
before,
about
but
the
I
food.
wouldn't do that now.
I'm talking about
when
the
you
food.
asked me about making a man a meal, I told you that I never considered that.
So you've never done that. So you've never done it, right?
I said I never considered that. No.
Okay. So then your way isn't working, right? It hasn't worked. Clearly, it's
That's
not.
something I never considered.
Right. So
I never considered.
So I think instead of arguing it, instead of wanting it to be your way, I think you should probably listen, because I promise you, your way not working. It's not. 29, 2 kids, 2 different baby daddies. It's not working, and it's only gonna get worse. So I think you need to get out of your own head, get out of that egotistical, just that get out of the egotistical mindset, because it doesn't work how you want it to work. It works how it works. So I think with your mentality, it comes off very pompous and very entitled, unfortunately, and you just don't got the leverage to be that. Huh?
You said I'm entitled?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Even a man saying the same thing to me on the flip side with the same exact things, I would call him entitled too. It has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with mentality.
It's crazy. Margarita, your comment.
What are you looking for right now as a woman in your situation? Do you want to be married?
Yes.
Why? This the tell all right here. Why do you want to be married, Anna?
Because I want the partnership that lasts. I want the partnership that the other half of me craves. I want the partnership that advances my mind.
You know what I keep noticing that you keep saying? I want this. I. It's all I. You didn't mention nothing about a husband. You just said I. I asked that question on purpose just to see what you was gonna say. And almost every single time it's always I. You didn't say nothing about a husband. You said everything about me. And then the next question I was gonna ask you is what makes you think that a man would deem you as valuable for a wife?
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought the question was about why I wanted to get married. That's why I answered the other
Yeah,
question
but we
like
got
that.
that. But I'm on the next
So
question now.
the
I'm on the next.
value that I feel like I have to offer is my intelligence, or at least I thought I was intelligent. Apparently, I'm not. So
Intelligent to what though? Because intelligence has a lot of different meanings. You could be intelligent in one aspect and not intelligent in another. I'm not good at math. I'm very good at history. So what are we looking for? Well, let me ask you this: would you prefer your man to be more intelligent than yourself?
I don't think it matters. I think we both
I didn't
bring
ask you
value
that.
to it.
Respectfully, I did not ask you that. Do you want your man to be more intelligent than yourself? Would you prefer you be the more intelligent one or your man to be the more intelligent one? Which one?
So I can't say it doesn't matter.
It should matter for any woman that claims of intelligence. Yes, it should matter. Do you want to be the more intelligent one in the relation? Well, let me ask you this. Do you want your man to lead you?
Okay, I was just about to say, I was just about to answer. I was just about to say that. So if he was going to lead, then yes, I would want him to be more.
Exactly. Right. So
be
your
more
intelligence is not going to really hold much weight to him, is it?
Huh? I didn't hear you. It cut out.
Your intelligence won't hold that much weight to him now, would it? Because you said the first thing you mentioned was your intelligence. But if you still want your man to be more intelligent than you, then your intelligence ain't gonna really hold that much viability to him. He wouldn't really care about it that much. I don't mean he wants you to be just stupid.
Yes, he's leading, but every leader needs an advisor. Every leader needs some type of support and assistance. So my intelligence better mean something.
True. I didn't say it doesn't mean anything. Anna, you're not listening.
We should be.
Anna, you're not listening. You're not listening. I didn't say it doesn't mean anything. I said it's not going to mean that much to him, especially with you saying you want him to be more intelligent than yourself. Yeah, well, men want an intelligent woman, but if women want a woman to be more intelligent, a man to be more intelligent than you. So it's like, that's not really that much of a big thing that most men are like really honing in on. Because at the end of the day, we're the leaders. At the end of the day, you still want your man to make most of the logical decisions in the relationship.
So would he want me to also be, would he also want a woman that he can count on if he's falling short? Because relationships are sometimes 70-30 or 80-20. So would that be of value? Because apparently it doesn't sound like it.
What else? Intelligent. What else? Go into some other stuff. What else?
No, that's the question.
I asked you name some stuff that would make a man want to deem you as valuable for you to be his wife. You said intelligence. What else? Give me like 4. Give me 5. You name 1. Give me 4 more.
Be nurturing.
What else?
Be caring. Well, that's the same thing as nurturing, so scratch that. Be active. Be godly.
Active? What do you mean be active?
Huh?
What do you mean be active?
Don't be lazy. So if I'm home, I'm taking care of the house, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm grocery shopping, I'm staying fit, I'm staying active, I'm keeping my health and my mental right outside.
You jumping across a bunch of different things. That's nurturing and that's just being attractive. Most men are more hyper focused on attraction than they are you just going to the gym every single day. As bad as it sounds, you should want your woman to go to the gym. But like, if you attractive, it ain't that much weight gonna be on you going to the gym. Okay, so you said intelligence, nurturing, and I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Be attractive. What's next? Give me 2 more.
I still think it's be active. Okay. To be nurturing, be active, you said, I don't know, because I think still being active is one of them. Okay. Because there's women you can be attractive and still not.
I feel like you trolling. I feel like you trolling me at this point.
I'm not. I promise I'm not. You are one person I do not want to get on the bad side of, and I feel like I'm getting on your bad side.
You're not getting on my bad. You on your bad side. I'm not on. We have this thing in my life, right? You haven't watched me enough. We have this thing in my life called the Delulu hat. And what the Delulu hat is whenever we are met with a high level of delusion, we put on the Delulu hat, and it's not to be disrespectful. It's just kind of just to, play along in a little bit of game. But this is what the Delulu hat is. It's just a lot of colors, and this is what's going on right now in your brain. This is what's going on. So we just wear this, just to fuck around.
Okay.
But I gotta put it on because what I'm hearing right now is insanity. But go ahead.
All right. So I want to be his confidant and I want to be godly. Well, his godly partner.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you the real truth about it. He wants you to cook, clean, shut the fuck up, be attractive, and listen to him. That's simple. All that overly emotional, all these big ass semantic ass words you want to use to make it sound all this. Oh, you my essence, all that. Fuck all that. Cook, clean, be attractive, shut the fuck up. So,
is that just because of how old I am, or is it just
no? That's just men in general. That's just what men are not going to say. Men are never going to say, "I want you to cook, clean, shut the fuck up, be attractive, and suck my dick." They're not going to say that. I'm telling you the very barbaric nature and the way that men naturally just think. That's just how men think naturally. They just never going to say that, because if you say that, then it just comes across real mean. But it's honestly the truth. So I think you got to take and I'm gonna leave it at this because I feel like we've been speaking for a while. I think you need to take your way of looking at things, and I think you need to come to a reality. I think that you mean well. I genuinely think that you mean well, but I think you delusional. And that's okay, because most people are delusional. So you ain't just in the realm of yourself. Most people are in different facets of their life. And I think in the dating aspect and the relationship aspect, that's where yours is. And that's okay. I think you need to get out of that mentality. I think you need to humble yourself. I think you need to be honest on the way that where you are in the dating market as far as your value, which is a tough thing that a lot of women struggle with. And I think you need to understand what men really want. And what you want men to want, that's not how it works. Men, you can't want men to want what you want them to want. Men are going to want what they want. And the same operates with men. We can't want women to want what we want them to want. Women want what they want, and that's just what it is. And I think
no, I don't want them to want what I want. I just clearly
I think you do, Anna, because I've been sitting here talking to you for about 30 minutes. I 100% think you do. There's nothing else that you could say that's going to make me think any different. I think that you do. And I think with that mentality, you 29 with 2 kids and 2 different baby daddies, you're going to be 31 with 3 kids and 3 different baby daddies.
Negative.
I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not cursing that on you or saying, but I'm saying with the mentality that you have, if you don't change it, that cycle is going to continue. And you're going to have the same outcomes over and over and over again. That's all I'm telling you.
Okay.
So, that's it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate you coming up. And I appreciate you listening. She actually listened pretty well. I just don't think she comprehended pretty well. And that's okay. That's the only thing you can ask at the end of the day. If you're going to get anything out of that conversation, she can at least listen.